And that worked, I guess. Twitter is weird, like always. There we go, I guess. Okay. Yo.
Hey.
Guys, what's up?
Not bad.
I think I'm gonna die here and take the race sickness.
Oh.
We're just talking about SoD and the different runes and stuff. Just talking about Warlock tanking.
Oh, yeah, that's seemed to get a lot of attention, right? The Warlock tanking.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be a Warlock tank, so
Okay.
I'm having to wait. Like, that's the thing that's killing me right now, is I'm having to wait until tomorrow before I can get my Warlock rune for Metamorphosis.
Yeah, I mean, the Warlock has a lot of resist on his tier 1, right? That was, I mean, I can just talk from my experience from old Classic. The problem when you was a mage, when you were dueling Warlock, was the resists, actually. That is a huge problem.
Yeah, it's got a lot of fire resist, shadow resist.
He has a lot of shadow and fire resist. So when he's tanking, a lot of enemies in phase 1 and 2 are dealing shadow and fire, so...
And it's got a lot of stamina as well.
And exactly, so that's gonna be interesting.
And I play an undead warlock, so I've got like an extra 10 shadow resist on top of that.
But he has no pet then, right? As a tank, you don't.
Good day to you.
No, you have a pet.
See you later.
You do have a pet.
Have a good one.
You have a pet,
See
yes.
You around.
You can use your pet.
Safe travels.
So you can sacrifice a Void Walker and then instant cast like another Void Walker as a tank.
If you were to go that build, but you don't go that build.
No, but you could.
No.
But you can nevertheless
Theoretically,
sacrifice
you
a Void Walker.
Yes, you can, yeah.
Damn.
Well, yeah, you can, yeah. The build that you go as Affliction is like the build's pretty similar to mine, but it's like 5 out of 5 for corruption, obviously.
Yeah.
Reduces your corruption to instant cast. Myself personally, I've decided to go 5 out of 5 during life.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that are sitting going, oh, it doesn't give you a whole lot of healing. It's like, yes, but we're doing BFD. It scales with damage and healing.
Yeah.
I'm using it as a dot, and I have the channel during life, so I get an extra 65% effectiveness from during life.
All right, but do you already have your Metamorphosis though?
No, so that's
no.
what I'm saying. I'm having to wait until tomorrow to do BFD to get meta, because you need to go into BFD to get it.
Yeah, I bet.
Safe
Because
travels.
one thing I'm really curious about, like there's like the Shadow Bolt becomes some kind of
Shadow Cleave.
Light
Cleave, which is kind of like a Cone of Cold
It's-
in a shadow version or something like this.
It's basically, imagine Warrior's Cleave
Okay.
on a 6-second cooldown that does shadow damage.
Okay. Wow, pretty strong though. I mean,
Yeah.
if you solo play, is this still viable? Just to jump into mobs and just shadow cleave them? Sounds like it.
If you are playing a Warlock and you are rocking Master Channeler, which is the Drain Life buff, plus you're rocking Metamorphosis, you're going to have no problem solo play at all.
Okay.
Like, I mean, as a Warlock just now, I was just saying this before you came on, I've tanked bosses. So you know the last boss in SFK, which right now is kind of the hard-hitting boss in Dungeons? I have tanked him without Metamorphosis as a Warlock.
You mean Arugal, the
Yes.
one and only Shadow Overlord, Arugal,
Yes.
which I
Yes.
yeah.
And I taught him, like, the other night, that wasn't last night, the day before, or yesterday afternoon, I showed him who the real Shadow God was.
Okay.
'Cause so we were doing it with a warrior tank who was level 22, who was a recard. He was tanking, dual wield, with cloth and leather armor on.
Welcome to Classic.
We got to Arogal, he one-shot the tank. Literally, the tank charged Arogal killed him. Flat out. So I had to tank Arogal for the whole fight. And my health barely budged.
Yeah, you know that there's a very, for this effect, for the warriors in Classic, there's actually in psychology there's a very interesting in the 80s they had a very interesting experiment with monkeys. You know, they put some monkeys in a room, and then there was a ladder in the middle where the monkeys could climb up to push a button on top on the ceiling, and this button prevented water from, like, sometimes there was just water coming down, you know, they were just getting wet, and somehow they figured out that if they push that button, then they won't get wet, you know. But the thing is, here's the experiment now. There was always a pile of bananas, and always when someone took a banana, the water starts, and then someone else had to go up and push the button. And the monkeys figured that out. But then they were slowly taking monkeys out of the group until there was not a single monkey of the original group left, you know? So the experiment was about transferring information to the next generation, basically, you know.
Yeah.
And the gist of the story is that in the end there was a complete new group of monkeys. None of them ever got wet, but they all pushed the button without even knowing what it's about. They just did it as a ritual. When someone went to the banana, someone went on the ladder. But
They've done that with humans. They've done that with humans in waiting rooms. They get every time someone opens the door, everyone stands up, and then new people enter the waiting room, and they all start standing up, and they don't know why they're standing up.
Exactly, man. And you know, and I'm not even shitting on our species as primates. I'm just saying that when now comes the story, the WoW connection. Not that you think I completely lost it. Okay. The thing with the Fury Warrior and Classic is that initially, people who really were good at the game realized that a tank at a certain point just needs to get more thread in. So they developed a Fury tanking spec. But it was a generation of players that is like, they have passed on their knowledge, and people started to replicate it without even knowing why they're doing this. You know, so they think it's a common law to just if you're dual wield, you're just better. No, you're not, bro. You're not. You're shitty.
Yeah, you're only doing it for the threat. But this is the thing. That's why I always say, when it comes to warriors, all you need to do is throw a banana at the target.
And then one monkey has to push the button at the ceiling. Yeah, we can actually fuse that. But I'm just saying what the other guy said, you know, the experiment works with humans too, you know, and in Classic it's actually like a long-term experiment. People pass on their knowledge to the next generation, but then it becomes kind of a ritual that people just think, well, we have to farm Biss, and then we have to spec Fury. No, you idiot. You spec prot if you want to tank, and Fury spec is for those moments.
To be honest with you, I got to disagree.
Okay.
There's no avoidance in the Fury tree, in the prot tree whatsoever. With tanking as a warrior in Classic, it's all about your gear. So if you use a shield, you have just as much avoidance as Fury as you do as prot.
Almost. You can skill defense, which is technically avoidance, but you're right. I'm not contradicting you.
They're all it's like stuns, shield bash.
Exactly.
No different.
Lower cooldown on taunt, but I'm not even saying you're gaining avoidance. What I'm saying is that the mindset of a tank should be focusing on your protection abilities. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so if everyone is in the I must do damage, I need hit, I need crit. Of course, if you're overgeared for an event and you have a raid that is actually in a state of the game where everything needs just to be as fast as possible, of course the Fury is the way to go. But that's already a stage which is pretty sad, right? If everyone just wants to get it over with as fast as possible.
Also in deep prot,
Don't you think?
You've got improved shield wall on deep prot, which increases your shield wall by 6 seconds.
No, I mean, but the other guy, who was the other guy with the avoidance? Was that Sick Warrior? Egomaniac. Yeah, but don't you agree, Egomaniac, that the mindset of a group, getting it over with as fast as possible, is already corrupted, you know?
To a point, yeah. To a point. Yeah, I know what you mean. The encounters, when the encounters become trivial, it's like, what's
that's
the point?
That's the thing. And I'm not even arguing against your point, because I understand that for some people that is the fun of the game, to trivializing events by overgearing and overbuffing themselves and speccing into specs that make, you know,
I do fundamentally agree with you. It's just I was just pointing out that it's probably more to do with gear. People go for the crazy threat gear, and it's like you don't need the threat gear. You need to stay alive. Like
that's the thing. It's the gear, but also like at a certain point, people found out stacking defense in classic is actually bad. It's better to have life and hit. So people just found that out, and that's fine. I was there when this was first discovered. I was there, man. It was like Vietnam, dude. I was there, okay? but nevertheless, they pass this knowledge on to people who just ask, what should I do? And then they get all those information, but they don't know where it's rooting in, you know? They just reproduce it, and then you have a bunch of morons who are all very specialized, but they have no idea why and what they're doing. And it's
you only have to do as much threat as your raid is doing threat. Like
Exactly.
you only have to do more threat than your top DPS. Like you don't have to do ridiculous.
It's like with stand-up. Yes,
Like,
the joke has to be understood by the dumbest in the audience. Then you have a good set, right?
it's a very good analogy. I like
Yeah,
that.
and it's a good, and so threat has to be proportional to your strongest DPS. You know, if you're like if you're pulling 10,000 threat on Onyxia and your strongest DPS is a Wanding Disc
Personally,
Priest,
that's what makes
you know?
playing a tank really fun for me. The balancing, the survivability, and the
Yep.
threat. Like that's actually like the super fun aspect of it.
Totally, man. And I really respect when people get into the numbers and crunch, you know, all those things. But still, I was just doing dead mines, and I was just realizing that most people who think they're like super savant in WoW have no idea what's actually going on. Like really, like they just don't know.
No, you're right. The analogy with the monkey, that's very good. It is just people copying other people just for the sake of not really understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, if I may quote Goethe, you know, if you copy others, you are in a good society, like in good company, because everyone at a certain point has to do that. I'm not even shitting on them. It's just that sometimes they think they are in charge because they know, I don't know, what their best offhand is or something. You know, that makes them being in charge. And like, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, sir. You know? Because look, the situation was actually a classic meme. We arrive at the pirate ship in Dead Mines, and I dare to speak in group channel and say, kill the ads first when we were pulling Smite, right? Because there was this little warlock, and I was a bit his name, and he never spoke, and I thought maybe he's one of those Kyrgyzstanian warlocks, you know, who heard that he can feed his children here in WoW somehow. I don't know. He had a weird vibe to me, and I was like, hey, let's focus on the ads, okay? That was all I'm saying. And the hunter spammed me like, this is not Mythic Plus. Guys, oh man, how I hate it if some random just leans back and then he was shitting all over me for like 5 minutes.
Lol.
And then, yeah.
No, on you go.
No, and then when Smite was dead, the next group, which you know, when you get on the ship, he was pulling with his cleave abilities, explosive shot and multi shot. He was pulling, and we're not wiping, but. Two were dead, no one could rest, and we were jumping on the sideboard, you know, of the ship to reset. And I just said, because he had a League of Legends name, his name was Wayne God Cutie, okay. And I just said, well, that's what happens if League of Legends players try to be cool in WoW, okay? That's all I'm saying. And then when the shitstorm was real.
Hello.
Okay. No,
Oshag, thanks, bro. Can you jump down to channel 3 for a second? Don't want to interrupt these guys.
I'm dying. What the?
What?
Yeah, sure.
Cheers.
Oh shit. Is someone getting punished? Is there a punishment coming up? So you guys playing Horde, right? Ego, are you? Oh, you're away? Damn it. from modulators. Is anyone here playing a druid? Okay.
Oh, druids do look fucking good. I was thinking about making a druid tomorrow.
Yeah, my question would be, because I know this is kind of a noob question, but at what level do we get cleansing poisons? Like, shouldn't I have that with 20? I'm 20 now. Shouldn't I have that?
I think you do. There might be a quest in Moonglade you have to do for it.
I did collect this water from this stupid waterfall thingy, you know, I mean, I'm an alliance now, so you know what I mean.
You're Alliance. Oh, what
Yeah.
server are you on?
I'm on Lone Wolf, and you guys are on Living Flame, right? Horde.
That's right, I'm Alliance on
Or
Living
the
Flame, and they're Horde on Living
Oh
Flame.
no! Oh, damn.
I'm going to roll Horde tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. I'm just saying my first character was here, Alliance, and I really enjoy being a druid, man. I mean, I always enjoyed it, but now it's really like legit almost. It's scary legit now.
It's really fun, man. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great version of the game.
It is. The only thing I really have, I wouldn't even say to criticize, but that is irritating a little bit, is that some melee mobs really hit very hard, like extremely hard. I mean, they said they make melee mobs a bit harder, but I think some mobs are just unrealistically tough.
I'm playing warrior, and I'm really having trouble with casters. Mobs that cast fuck me up. Like I'm struggling to 1v1 casters my own level, and I've got good gear.
Do you have shield bash?
Yes, I do actually. Yeah.
Do you have a macro to switch on one hand and shield
I'm
and
not.
to death step?
I don't have. I'm not on this character. I don't. No, that's
No.
definitely something I should be doing. Yeah.
That's the thing. As soon as you have shield bash, the chance that you ever get hit by a caster gets pretty low. You have to kill him with one hand though, which takes a little bit longer, a few swings.
Shield bash takes 10 rage, so unless you've got tactical mastery, it wouldn't work.
What do you mean? Of course.
So when you have to change stance to your shield.
Yeah, no,
bash.
I know. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying.
No, you used in battle stance. Oh wow, okay. Sorry,
No,
I
but-
passed over it.
But still,
yeah.
what I was saying is,
Right.
you if you just have one hand and shield from the beginning, you probably have 10 rage by the time the cast is on 3/4. Right?
Light bless you.
Yeah, no, you can
Yeah.
use it in any stance. So you can use it. So you just hit the macro and just
You just need the shield,
smash
yeah.
it.
Or
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just always interrupt the second of every mob. That's also fine. I'm just saying that shield bash really changes the balance when you fight casters a lot. You know,
It does. Yeah.
You might
The big
sacrifice
one.
it. Yeah.
The big one is spell reflect.
Yeah, spell effect is crazy.
That has every caster like on their toes on, do I want to use this big ability or not? Because that's the duel that goes back and forth. Like say you're a mage fighting a warrior who's got spell reflect. The mage is always going to wait until spell reflect's being used
Yeah.
for pyroblast. So like if you're a fire mage, for example, you're not going to try and pyroblast a warrior if you don't know if he spell reflects on cooldown or not.
Yeah. I mean, just at the moment, I mean, I told you the other day, right, that I suspect that warriors at 60 might get a spell reflect rune.
Yeah.
in this
Hopefully
version
they
of the
do.
game.
The Spell Reflect
I'm
is
pretty
good.
sure. I mean, as soon I just can I remember when Spell Reflect came out in TBC, it was like, dude, suddenly warriors were top of the food chain. You know?
Mate, I loved it.
Yeah,
Like
that was crazy.
as a warrior tank from vanilla all the way up, I fucking loved it. I stopped
Hmm.
playing warrior tank when they changed it up in Legion and gave you ignore pain and removed spell reflect. Like I actually stopped tanking a warrior tank then, purely because of that.
Yeah.
Because I like, for me, because I'm an old school tank, right? So I like the biggest thing I love about warrior tanking is the figuring out when to use what cooldown. So, am I going to get hit by a physical ability where I'm going to use shield block? Is there going to be a spell coming in the next 5 seconds? Do I use spell reflect? You know, that for me was like a big part of
What can I
warrior
do for
tanking
you?
and a big part of the enjoyment was trying to figure out how to optimize that. When they brought out ignore pain, all you done is just fucking spammed ignore pain, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yep. Well, it's also I like it from a game design standpoint. I think spell reflection is just a very cool ability in general. Just to reflect something is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it very much reminds me of the whole, like, a knight fighting a knight with a sword and shield and like plate armor fighting a dragon. The dragon breathes on him and he hides behind his shield.
Yeah. That's always good.
Yeah.
I really like that one, by the way, in Guild Wars. In Guild Wars, there was an ability where you could like raise your shield, and people could get
Yes.
behind you. Yeah. And
Yeah, I
you were
remember that.
actually like a physical, like you were like you were like a rock. You were physically blocking everything with your shield. I really like that one. Yeah, not necessarily everything about the game, though, but that one was good.
I will say I am very excited to be trying shaman tanking.
Yeah, shamans are cool.
Well, it's the thing for me, as I was saying before you joined the channel, Brooklyn. Because I've like my main role for the nearly 20 years of playing Warcraft has been tank. I've played every tank at competitive, like mythic, hardcore, like realm first pushing guilds, like that sort of level of tanking. So the fact that I have 2 new tanks that I've never played before as a tank is phenomenal for me. Because I get, like, when Demon Hunters first came out in Legion, and I swapped away for the Warrior, I was that Demon Hunter tank in the guild because it was brand new.
Yeah, I mean it is most of the time it is the biggest challenge, right? To make a tank work. That's kind of the biggest challenge when it comes to the theory crafting. I mean, like
Yeah.
making tanks work is probably the most theoretical challenge. So I understand that this is fun.
Yeah, it's like one of these niche things. You either love tanking or you can't stand it, in my opinion.
I love it, to be fair.
Yeah.
I also liked the fact that at a certain point when Wrath of Lich King was new, everyone, of course, wanted to have people were very excited about Death Knights and stuff. And then there were
Yeah.
different like versions of tanking Death Knights. There were different styles. And there was this parry Death Knight, he was skilled.
Frost DK.
Yeah,
dual
Frost DK, which was back in the day was not the tank spec. It was actually meant to be damage, but they could
Yep.
stack parry to the point where it was ridiculous, actually.
No, you're not. That's. No, yeah, you're right. Unholy was damage, Blood was supposed to be healing, and Frost was tanking.
Oh, healing? Ah, you mean self-healing? Yeah, like.
No. So, because demon, so at the very start of Wrath, right?
Yeah.
Death Knights were considered undead.
Yeah.
Death Coil heals undead.
Yeah.
So, you had groups, and I partook in this. You had groups of 5 Death Knights running like dungeons, and I leveled up my DK with 4 other DKs. I was playing the tank, but we had 3 unholy DKs, a Frost DK, and a Blood DK. And the Blood DK would heal the group with Death Coils.
Okay.
And then they like the first patch that they brought in, they changed it, and they nerfed it, but all they basically done is turned the Death Knight into like humanoid instead of undead.
Ah, yeah, I know. I remember that in the very beginning, even of WoW, the undead race was considered undead. That was
The
pretty...
undead race is still considered undead,
No,
even in SoD. Yeah, yes, in SoD.
no. I mean
You
undead
can
players. I mean undead
yes,
players were...
The undead race. If you're playing an undead, you are undead. So if you're a paladin and you're fighting undead, you can fear them with turn evil.
And that is in what version of WoW, you say?
In
original.
SoD and classic era and SoD, undead
Oh,
are
what?
undead.
What, really?
I've
Yes.
never... Oh, wow, this is the first
Yes.
time I hear this. It sounds
Mhm.
pretty cool.
I thought that was a thing in the beta. I thought that was a thing in the original WoW, and they
Yeah,
patched
yeah.
it very quickly
They
because it was
patched it like after a few weeks.
No,
they
no,
patched out the game.
you still can. I've seen people in AV fearing undead as a paladin.
No, but first of all, wait a minute. Like the only
I'm a
moment...
long-time Paladin player. I don't think that's the
Yeah,
case.
no. Maybe there's a misunderstanding because there is in Wrath of Lich King Classic, the Death Knight has an ability that turns him into a real undead.
Yeah, it's Lichborn.
Yeah, Lichborn, and then you can be shackled, aka feared by a paladin. But that is a very special situation. I just remember from old arenas. That is a special situation where, because I was a priest back then, and I know that I could shackle Lichborns, and they were pretty annoyed by that. Yeah, but that is a very special occasion. I don't think like undead. Maybe you misunderstood something there with the undeads.
From what I remember, that was the case in the original WoW, and then they
Yeah.
patched it after they patched it in the first like few months because it was too OP. The
Exactly.
alliance was overpowered.
It was like rumors, going around like undead players. They could breathe underwater and they could be considered undead. So paladins could see them on the map with sense undead and stuff like this. So it was actually lore-wise that was really cool. Like
It is very cool idea.
like
actually.
imagine you're a paladin, you sense undead. The presence of the darkness and stuff. That's pretty cool.
It is, yeah.
But hey, maybe we are wrong, and the Scotsman is shitting on all over us. That's
I'm
awesome.
looking just now because so this is the thing. It was the case in vanilla. It wasn't that it was removed in the beta. It was removed during vanilla, but it just depends on what patch of vanilla we're actually playing.
Yeah.
And that's
we're playing the next patch.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know when it was removed. I don't know if
it was removed early. It was removed like phase 1, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, it was very early. They realised as soon as people started doing BGs at max level, I think Warson Gulch, I think it was even before AB was out, they realised it was so overpowered.
So it could be. Let me see. So yeah, you're correct. It was during the BWL patch in original vanilla that it was removed.
Yeah. As I said, I was playing back then, but I was a rogue, and I was a very big noob, so I don't even really. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it in action, really. To be fair.
Yeah, because I obviously I knew that in TBC and all that wasn't a thing. It was removed in vanilla, but I was still under the impression that you could actually do it in Wrath and in Classic, because Classic obviously uses vanilla patches.
Oh, yeah. Well, there might be another like thing here to note. On Classic, there were Classic servers that were providing, as they called it, the real vanilla experience, and so they also made all the mistakes and patches that fixed them in the same order.
That's quite cool.
Yeah, which is kind of, I don't know. It is that depends on, I think, probably your philosophical standpoint, if that is cool or not. I'm not sure, to be fair, but it was a thing. Like Nostalrius was providing, as they called it, the true vanilla experience, and that means all the mistakes are in there too. I mean, mistakes in quotes, yeah, all the stuff that they.
Guys,
Oh, hey, Beck.
sorry for
Hey,
interrupting. I just log in to say good night to you because I have seen you all together speaking.
oh, Bequito, Bequito.
I'm
What's
gonna
up,
be
man?
online tomorrow so we can speak. I
Okay,
Oh,
don't
good
okay.
have
night.
to sleep.
All
Yeah,
good,
See
have
ya
a
man.
good
guys,
night,
good
Beck.
night.
Get
Peace
your
and
Have
views.
love.
Good
fun.
night.
Oh, yeah. I disabled those. Where do I make it so that if someone joins, I hear the doo-doo?
Yeah, I know. I never hear that either.
I never
Ah,
see. This is the thing. I hear other people coming in, but I never hear Beck. I don't know why. It's
that's
strange.
sus. It's a little
Yeah,
bit sus, you know.
Beck's just a big hacker. Did, did you hear about what happened to him, Brooklyn?
No.
He lost 100k gold.
Oh shit, how?
Scams.
Someone scammed him in a trade. They made his name to look like, I think it was Johannes or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Beck traded the guy thinking it was Johannes,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't. So Beck's now lost his 100k gold. And that was all
Oh.
being saved for his ATS.
Yeah, I know. Oh, good lord. Maybe he
Yeah.
gets out of the rabbit hole, out of the GDKP. Like GDKP should have ads like meth, like not even once. You know what I mean? Like they should have those anti-GDKP
like,
ads for the younger generations so that they understand
yeah.
it's not a joke. Once you go in there, you
It's like
probably
someone
lose your
posts
teeth.
someone posts a GDKP, like a looking for group GDKP, but right at the start it's got like a picture of like some drug addict on it, like
Yeah.
tobacco pouches.
Or even a drug addict saying, I was using meth and then I started GDKP and
Now
I'm
clean.
thinking about going back to meth again because GDKP fucked my life, dude.
I'm going to go back to meth again because it's cheaper.
Or maybe like they interview a junkie, in the start of the raid who tells the people, listen, I know meth is bad for you, but at least it doesn't lie to you and tell you that everything is going to be fun once you have this legendary item.
Yeah.
Meth is at least is an honest master,
Yes.
So maybe we should start to really campaign against this because I really hate it, man. I really hate it.
Yeah, I
It's
use
just-
GDKP out of, like, the way I look at it is I've done a lot of GDKPs. Like I was in the Nova boosting group during Shadowlands and BFA and all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
And I done that for one main reason, to keep up with the economy. Because for me, I'm not big on farming and questing and all that bullshit. My enjoyment comes out of doing Mythic Plus, doing raids, like group content, raids, dungeons, Mythic Pluses, stuff like that. So for me, it was a way for me to enjoy the game the way I like to enjoy it and earn gold at the same time instead of having to sit there bored out my fucking mind fishing or playing the auction house.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, when I say I'm against GDKP, I'm not one of those like
Wait,
religious people who are like, I don't think that you shouldn't do that. If this
No.
makes you happy, you should do
Yeah.
it. What I just dislike about it is that many people are not getting happy doing it because it's
The problem is it's a vicious cycle, right? And
Yes,
I
that's
agree
what I
with
mean.
you completely. Like, don't get me wrong, right? I completely agree with you. I hate the idea of fucking GDKP, but because of the way the economy is, I'm kind of forced to do it.
Pissed one sec.
Okay, I'm kind of forced to do it. Like, and it's not like really being forced to do it because I enjoy the content. But the problem is with GDKP, it turns group content into something that I don't really like align with morally,
Yeah.
but as I said, it's a vicious cycle. So GDKPs cause the economy to get fucked, right? So then, me as a player, my measly in retail, for example, my measly 1 million gold doesn't get me very fucking far. But GDKPs exist, which is what's fucked the economy. And because they exist, I then need to make money to fund my raiding. So then I start doing GDKPs to make the money. And it just goes fucking round and
Look
around.
for me, yeah, but for me, GTKP, I really like to compare it to drinking in the matter of in the meaning of that if you are one of those people that drink and are happy because these people actually exist, at least in rumors, that they drink and they are okay with it, they have a happy life as a drunk. No I don't have a problem with that. If you drink and you are just blessed all day, like a drunken master, then go ahead. But most people are very, very sad when they drink.
The way I see GDKP is
Yeah.
that if I want to play Classic Era, I have a choice. I either buy gold or I do GDKPs to make gold because of the inflation is so insane and there's no gold sinks. If I was to turn up to raids, if I was to actually go and farm, and then I basically don't have the time to go and farm to get my flask, all my food buffs, all the chrono boons I need for my world buffs. Like I just literally don't have the time to farm all that stuff. And it comes to the point where I could spend like let's say 20 hours farming gold, or I could just go to work and do like an hour's overtime and just buy the gold. Like 1 hour gets me the same amount of gold as 20 hours of farming. Now, if farming was fun, which if you enjoy GDKP, then technically you could be having fun while making gold, because making gold is not fun. There's nothing fun about
Depends
farming.
on how you farm, actually. I mean, if you're just out there in the world, killing some mobs that no one else wants to kill, and just do that and listen to music and relax, maybe it's super cool.
For
Yeah,
me,
but if I've got to do
boring.
that for 20 hours, I don't have 20 hours a week to do that. Whereas I could just do 2 hours overtime at work and buy all the gold I need without being financially down. I'm trading 2 hours work for 20 hours work. It's a huge trade,
Because that's the thing. Like, basically, if you're farming, it turns into a fucking second job.
Because gold has real money value, you can work out how much gold you're making, and you work out how much per hour you're actually earning, and it's like, hang on, I'd be better off just going to work and doing an extra couple of hours at work.
Absolutely, man. I'm also not one of those guys who are like against gold buying. I think gold buying, as you said, is definitely legit.
I wish it wasn't a thing, but because everyone else does it, because of the economy, it kind of
okay. But that's the point where, from a philosophical standpoint, I have to contradict, because just because everyone else is doing it, that is, for me, that is not like a valid.
Well, I
argument.
can't turn up to the raids with all my consumes otherwise, so I don't have a choice. I have to.
You have a choice. You can. Yes, you do. You do have a choice.
The problem that lies in it, right, is
how do I turn up for the raid with all my consumes if I have?
Well,
a choice?
you don't show up to the raid, or you convince.
So I don't get a spot.
Exactly.
If I don't have my consumes, I'm not going to get a spot on the raid. So I'm forced to do it.
I played on Firemore, like you probably, and I didn't buy any gold, and I got all like the most expensive gear. Bought Edge Masters, bought Iron Foe for like 8,000.
Iron Foe, yes.
Iron Foe for 9.
What phase was this?
Now this phase. I started.
And how do you make gold?
I tanked, but.
And how do you make gold?
No, gold TKPs, and I.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. So you either do GDKPs or you buy gold. It's one or the other. That's literally what we're saying.
Yeah. And farmed some things and sold enchants, head and leg enchant, veracity.
So
I mean, but that doesn't add up to much. If you work out how much gold, gold you get from that, it doesn't.
I earned a upload from that.
Here's something for you.
Or like from 500 to 1,000 profit every time.
And how often do you do it?
Oh, as many as I wanted to. It was 5.
So how many a week? On average, since you've been playing, how many a week do you do?
A lot. I don't know. A couple of days normally.
No,
Yeah,
pretty
go
much.
I mean, fair play, but I mean, I definitely don't have time to be doing that farm. Like, I've got I'm busy.
difficult.
Like,
If you do one, you might as well just do many, like the match, because getting one is annoying.
you got to do a BRD run every time, right?
No, that's the fire one. No, for this,
Oh, okay.
you just go to Ngoro, and you go to Felwood, and you just get the flowers there, like one flower there and crystal turn-in. You can even buy the crystal from the up now, so you don't have to farm them. And while you're in Ugoro, you can kill the guardian elites, the guardian something, the one the one who are orange, elite 60s walking around. And
Oh no, I agree with you. There's definitely other
just
ways
look
of making
for
gold,
gold.
but what we were saying is you either have to buy gold or do GDKPs. So you're not buying gold, but you are doing GDKPs.
I made GDKPs, but I actually earned way more gold myself from not 20 hours of farming.
But
But if you'd done 20 hours of GDKPs, you probably would have made more.
Egomaniac, you obviously did
Point
not
is-
see my
point is,
trailer
like,
then.
Economy is fucked, but you always economy is fucked.
What was your trailer?
Well, I made a trailer where I'm singing about that there is a third option. You could be just like the wind beckon through the leaves in Teldrassil, like the everlasting grass of the plains.
One man raid. No one wants to play with.
Oh,
You haven't got any.
you haven't seen my trailer? Like
No.
I posted this so many. Wait a minute. So okay, I'm sorry to advertise here, but then now I have to post it. Is that okay?
It's fine. Yeah, do it. I want to see.
Egomaniac. So there we go. Because I really put some work into this, man, because I wanted this topic to be, solved before the season starts,
Did you post it?
Yeah. Ego, do you like questing?
Not especially.
So I was going to say that, like, in SoD, you can become very, very rich in SoD quite easily just from doing quests.
Oh, I am. That's what I've been doing since I've hit 25. I'm just questing. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Like, the amount of gold that you can make just from questing is fucking nuts.
Oh, I know. I was sitting on 50 gold earlier.
Fuck, now I think I've got like 33, 34 at the moment, but I've been like...
The quests are gonna run out though. That's the thing. I can.
Yeah. So what, like, on the Horde, what I'm doing, like, what my tactic is for my character on the Horde, is I am reading the Baron's quests and doing all the quests there to get all, like, lots of gold and stuff, doing silver fight. And then, like, a week before Phase 2 drops, I'm going to go to Hillsbrad Foothills. I do all the quests there, fill up my log with like 25 quests, all complete, and then when Phase 2 drops, I'm just gonna go and hand them all in.
Definitely, I've got exactly the same thought.
Yeah, but I'm doing like the Baron's quests and that because they're not really going to give you much experience. So like when I hit when Phase 1 hits, I'll do like Hillsbrad Foothills, I'll do all the quests.
Yeah, do all the Murlocs, all the Nagas, like
and then I'll hold on to those quests, not hand them in, and then I'll also go to 1,000 Needles, do all the quests there, and then fill up a 25 quest log, then hand them all in, like on Phase 2, day 1. But before then, like all the lore zones, like even level 10 quests are giving you like 12 silver. Like I've found out, like level 12 quests giving you like 12 silver, 15 quests are giving you like, or 15 to 16 quests, 17 quests, they're giving you like.
Oh, I'm gonna go to Luck Modan tomorrow. I haven't touched Luck Modan at all. I'm gonna go back and I reckon it's a fair bit of gold to have there.
Yeah, and I'm going to do all that, and then like level 18 plus quests are giving like
Talon.
1 gold to 2 gold.
So have you watched the trailer now or what?
Oh, sorry, I'm in combat. I'll just get to a safe spot. I'll get to a safe spot. I'll watch it. Sorry.
Damn. Jesus, nowadays what you gotta do to get someone to watch a trailer that's 1 minute, man. What the hell?
I hope it's got naked teenagers in it.
I wish.
But it does have Gandalf in it.
It does have a very dubious homeless version of John Malkovich impersonating Gandalf. Yeah.
A hobo Gandalf.
My John Malkovich homeless is all I got, bro. That's all I got. And
are you coming to play with us on SoD, Brooklyn?
Am I what?
Are you coming to play on SoD with us?
Well, I am playing SoD. I'm just playing on Lone Wolf as Alliance, but I will obviously join the Horde on Living Flame.
Living Flame Horde
Yeah.
is now open to create characters on, by the way.
Yeah. I will definitely do
So
that.
I would take some time to create one as soon as you can, so before it locks again.
Yeah.
So at least, even if you're not playing it right away, at least it's there. So when you do decide, you know, you're not going to get fucked because it's locked.
Yeah. No, I will not get fucked, no matter what. That's just not me.
Because it's been over the past 2 days or so. It's been locked on Alliance. Then it's been locked for both races for everyone. It
Yeah.
doesn't have a character. Then it's been locked on Horde, and then it's been locked on Alliance, and it's locked on Alliance just now.
Yeah. Oh, he's watching the trailer, dude. He's watching the trailer.
Yeah, you can hear it in the background.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
That's brilliant. I love it.
Thanks,
Is that
man.
you?
That
Is
is
that
me,
you?
man. If that wouldn't be me, that would be super weird. If I
That's
coincidentally
really
had the same voice, like,
I really enjoyed that. That's
Yeah.
that's very cool.
then
That's
leave
very
a
cool.
leave a like and a subscribe because I am gonna do content
I
for this.
absolutely will. I
Okay,
absolutely will.
Thanks.
Let me go to YouTube.
That is lovely.
Oh,
that someone
shit.
finally
Where did-
one.
yes,
We found the guy who liked it, man. We found him. The one guy.
Yeah, right enough. Aye.
Yeah, the one guy who.
Where did you link it?
Oh shit. The priests get serendipity as a rune.
Yes.
That is big.
That is big, yes.
Especially when you consider like classic priest strikes. I played priest in 2019 as a
Mhm.
healer. It's Holy Disc. Basically, what my playstyle was is put a shield on the tank right before like the big swing comes down for the boss on like the choreographed swing timer to absorb the damage, and then just spam flash heal.
Yes.
But with this, you use flash heal 3 times, and then you can just spam fucking greater heal.
Oh yes, now I know what you mean. Serendipity. Yes, you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
a stacking buff that shortens your cast time on your greater.
60%.
Yes, that's crazy. Then you basically have a flash heal with the power of the greater. And also with the set bonus of the greater. But you know what tier 2 does,
And
right? You know.
And it works for prayer of healing as well.
Exactly. But
that's nice.
Imagine having the set bonus from tier 2 that when you greater heal with the highest rank, then someone gets a renew for free.
Yeah.
Imagine that together with serendipity. That's gonna be some damn good healing. I'm just saying, man.
As well as the armor as well, and you get that earlier on. Holy shit!
Yeah. So
you can get inspiration at phase 1.
No one dies. That's just the motto. No one dies. You know, like that should be the subtitle. Yeah, SoD, no one dies. Or something, you know.
And, well, not only that, but with Divine Fury, you can reduce your greater heal by an additional 0.5. So with Serendipity, Divine Favor, Divine Favor will drop, Divine Fury drops greater heal down by 0.5 seconds, and then you've got the 60% on top of that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just killed a horde guy and his buddies were, but I managed to get into cat stealth, into prowling. Dude, that was close, bro. Oh my god.
What are you leveling as, Feral or?
Actually, I was leveling as a wrath spammer because that is so much fun, and now I got the mangle and the savage runes, and I had to test it out, man, because mangle is so strong. Mangle is so strong, dude. They call me Dr. Mangler, you know, back in my village. That's how strong it is, you know.
So Mangle sick. I played Feral before. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
nice.
but actually, to be fair, if I should kind of vote tiers, the balance control spec is the highest tier right now. Like you can do crazy stuff with that, with the fact that like as long as something is rootable and your wrath costs 0 mana, you can basically kill every single mob in
Oh,
WoW.
it'd be great in PvP as well, like
Yeah.
kiting people,
It-
hotting yourself.
And also the
Like,
fact that you get an
cutting them up.
instant proc for your greater heal, it's crazy. Imagine.
It's
that.
mad. Yeah,
It's-
you can down rank it as well to save mana. You can use it on lower ranks.
No, I mean, you mean the greater heal. Yes.
Yeah.
I do rank this down, but I'm just saying since the Wrath costs 0 mana, there's no down ranking. You just spam the max rank of Wrath.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
so that is just, that alone is so, every time it feels like a bargain. You know, when I cast Wrath, I have the feeling I'm stealing something, you know, like, because, you know, the mana is kind of
Yeah.
stolen in a way, you know.
Nice.
It's great.
I've just
Okay.
realised as well that every priest I've came across in Classic so far are retards.
That it is true that priests are a very special breed of players in Classic, definitely.
It's
Not so
not
much
that,
in later
right?
expansions. Yeah.
It's not that, right? Every priest I've came across is using fucking Prayer of Mending, right?
Okay.
when you have Power Word Barrier.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, you mean
Power
as a
Word-
rune? Oh, yeah. Prayer of.
Yeah, as a rune. People have been using Prayer of Mending, right, in dungeons and stuff like that, right? When it hits one person, okay, and it jumps to another, but chances are the tank's got aggro, so they're not going to take damage. Whereas you could be using Power Word Barrier, pull a massive group, pop Power Word Barrier down, which reduces all damage by 25%.
Yeah, but come on. Do you really, if you go to Dead Mines with random Hungarian newcomers, you really want to explain to them that they have to, like, do you really want to explain to them? Okay, let me say it like this. Prayer of Mending is a non-interactive spell, so that means you can receive it without taking part, okay? A
Yeah, it's an
barrier
active
is
spell.
something, it's an active spell. You only receive the barrier if you know, react to it. Okay, you know what I mean? Like the hunter has to move there. How are you
Well-
gonna, illiterate people getting to move somewhere? It's difficult. I tried all my life. It's very difficult.
That's why you just leave the hunter to die. That's why they're called hunters. But no, like, because I've played Discipline Priest at like a high level through Mythic Plus and all that sort of stuff, right? And I know, and I've played Priest Healing and that in Wrath as well. I know how powerful Power Word Barrier is, right? And it's not Dead Mines I'm more thinking about, it's more Shadowfang Keep, right? Because mobs in Shadowfang Keep do tend to hit quite hard. You
Yeah.
could pull, like, so for example, you go into Shadowfang Keep, you know the area where it's like, you've got the staircase that's like on the roof where you've got the patrol that walks down? Before the wolf boss, right? You walk in there, pull that entire room, pop down Power Word Barrier, and kill everything.
No,
And it'll be
dude,
a beast.
I'm on your side. That Power Word Barrier
Yeah.
is one of the most like one of the best spells in general, like in WoW. You know, this is an amazing spell. You know, but the thing is, and also you don't lose cast time when being under the barrier. This is so crazy. What the potential of this?
It prevents damage from delayed
Yeah,
casting.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, you can still be counterspell, but you cannot lose cast time when being under the barrier, which is, imagine in the caster setup what that means. That is so crazy, actually.
Yeah, like-
but explain this to randoms who just
Oh, no, I know
installed
that,
WoW.
yeah.
Like, you know, explain this. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be difficult.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know.
of course it is. They're all fucking idiots.
It's hard to.
It's because I've literally just found out that barriers in the game is a rune, and I've not seen a single priest use it yet, and it just blows my mind.
Yeah, and also, but I must, in defense of those priests, say that I don't have no idea what you have to do to get the rune, but some runes are significantly harder to get than others.
It's easy. You just kill. So any faction drops from the Blackrock Shadowcasters
Okay.
in Red Ridge Mountains.
Oh, that's why those priests are always here, man. Because I was wondering, like, what are all those hordes doing here? And they're not even terrorizing us. They're like getting fucked left and right. And then I was always thinking, what are they doing here in Red Ridge?
So,
They're
to learn it, you need to have 2 different meditation buffs active at once. Meditation. This guide will break down each new. Oh, okay, right. Let's see. Well, that's fucking easy. Yeah, so you go right. So you go to any graveyard, right, and meditate at any graveyard. You get the unholy meditation, right? And then let's take it for Horde example, right? So any graveyard, you get the undead one, right? And then troll lower altars such as the one in Sen'jin Village. So literally, you go to Sen'jin Village, you go to a graveyard, and you've got your 2 buffs. Or for the Night Elves, you go to a Moonwell in like Stormwind. There's Moonwell and Stormwind in the park. You get your Illume buff. Dwarfs and humans, holy places such as Northshire Abbey, you get your buff. So it's a super fucking easy one to do, actually. That's extremely easy to do for how powerful it is as well.
Oh man, only players. I'm sorry, but I wanted to make a Horde character on your realm now, and it says only players who already have characters on this realm are currently allowed to create other characters. Fuck, it's locked. So what does that mean, though?
So you basically need to wait till it unlocks again.
I can't make a character then. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
No, I figured that, but what does that mean in like, what does it mean waiting? Like, is it daily? Is it weekly? What is the frequency?
Yeah, it could change daily. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, it could change daily.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends on how the server is. So like they'll obviously analyze the servers. Is there massive queues or the queues? So like saying like a week's time when people stop like playing the game because they get bored or whatever, you know, your casuals. When they stop playing the game, the server queues will dissipate, at which point Blizzard will reopen because the population will be less.
But back on Ostarius, we had a queue of 5,000 every day for like 2 years, and no one was even complaining. That was just being part of the experience. It's just you wait, but then when you get in, you are on your fucking toes. I tell you this: if you wait 5 hours to get in, you are not distracted. If someone pulls them off, you know, you're not on the phone or some shit. You are like, you're not blinking. Blinking is past.
That's the thing, though. What you've got to bear in mind is Australis is a big fucking company, whereas Blizzard's just a small indie company.
Yeah, I know. They're working in the biggest garage ever, you know, California, considering it a garage. Yeah.
Like that. See, this is the thing, because I'm looking at runes just now for different classes because I'm trying to consider what the next class I'm going to play is. I know for a fact that at some point during SoD I will be playing a shaman to try it out.
Yeah. Shamans are cool classes. Like, it's a cool class.
Aye, like my main's always going to be Warlock unless they fuck it over so badly you can't tank on it, which I doubt will happen. But for like alt wise or like second character wise, like I will be playing a shaman as an alt for fun and stuff like that. But right now I'm trying to figure out what my next character will be.
Is there a website where I can see from the outside without like logging into the server queue if a server is locked or not? Is there any way of seeing this outside the game? Because I really don't want to, because I'm also live on YouTube and stuff streaming, so I don't want to log every 15 minutes.
Obviously,
Is there? Wait a minute. I just asked the interwebs. Can I see server status in SoD on a website? That's a good question. No?
Yeah.
Oh, these are all okay.
Icy Vein reports on it by the looks of it.
Okay.
So they've done a post just recently saying that Lone Wolf, Living Flame, and Crusader Strike realms temporarily locked to new players.
Okay.
So maybe just like, I don't know if there's any websites that track it, but maybe just keep an eye on it, or like each day before you start playing, just like, or before you start streaming and playing, just like log in, see if you can create a character.
Yeah, no, I understand that concept, but I was just wondering.
But yeah, I don't know if there's anything that's. I don't know if there's anything that's tracking it. Yeah, because this is the other class I'm considering, Shadow Priest. Like, very much. Like, I played Shadow Priest in 2019 during AQ40, and I fucking loved it.
They've been nerfed again today. They're in
Shadow Priests.
at least at 25, and at the moment they're in the gutter. Yeah, they're in the gutter at the moment.
Oh, that's shit. Why have they nerfed them?
No idea, but they're just not.
Mind Seer, maybe?
I've heard it's a combination of something got nerfed and they just have shit runes. Like their best rune is like increases the damage of Mind Flay by 30% or something. Like,
But they have this
like,
little
really-
minions. They can split like.
Oh
they
yeah, sorry, no, that minions is the
no.
best one, and then everything else is.
Yeah,
dog
they
shit,
have this like the Windwalkers have this.
got no vampiric and touch. They've got no like mana. They're not mana batteries.
Well,
they
they've
don't really
got-
increase
true.
shadow damage
Yeah.
from warlocks. Like they're kind of trash.
Yeah, they've got Void Plague, which looks fun. That's a new dot.
They're probably all right in PvP. Like usually
Yeah.
the classes that get shit on in tier lists for raids are usually quite fun in PvP.
But see, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of Season of Discovery is to make classes that were not played to be playable.
yeah.
And they're now nerfing a class that's not played because
It might
it's
just
too
not be
powerful.
viable yet. Like
Yeah.
level 60, like
Yeah.
everything,
So,
meta's
like-
going to change every time we go up a phase, isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, looking at the runes are actually fairly decent. Like, you've got Void Plague, which is just a dot, basically afflicts the target with a disease that causes X amount of damage over 18 seconds. They've got Twisted Fate, which is actually quite good. Mind Flare, Mind Blast deal 20% increased damage to the target
Twisted
affected by,
Fate.
yeah,
man. Yeah.
affected with your Shadow Word Pain. So you put pain up on the target, and your Mind Blast does 20% more damage. Which it's boring, but it's a flat damage increase. So,
Yeah.
and then you've also got Shared Pain. Shadow Word Pain now afflicts up to 2 additional targets.
Oh yeah.
So it's a cleave within
Yeah,
15
I know.
yards.
It's like this. Yeah, it's a weird cleave though. This
Yeah.
can cause a lot of trouble.
So you
You
dot
know.
one target and 2 others within 15 yards get dotted.
That's the
And
thing.
then
It's a very
mind-
long
mind
time. For 15 seconds is a long time. But if you break CC with something that lasts 15 seconds, that's kind of I don't know. I'm not so sure about the cleaving dot.
This
cleave.
this is the thing though. Like, you're not CCing anything. And I've leveled from 13 up to 25, and I've spammed Shadow Fang Keeper. Probably done like
I've seen a mage
50
sheep
Shadow Fang
once,
Keeper
but
and
then you said misclick, so
yeah.
doesn't really
Like,
count.
Also, like when you're in a group with a warlock, and when you're doing like fairly big pulls, and your warlock's got Shadow Bolt Volley,
Mhm.
nothing's getting CC'd. Because Shadow Bolt Volley literally
Yeah.
fires.
I-
It's
I-
5
kind of-
Shadow Bolts.
Yeah, that's in the name of the rune. Like I think
Yeah.
everyone knows what a
Yeah.
Shadow Ball volley is. If you've ever fought Kazakh,
But-
that hurts.
Yeah, and here's another one. Shadow Word Death. They get Shadow Word Death.
Yeah, that is so cool. I mean, just from a, let's say, esports perspective, the Shadow Word Pain was the spell that really, if you skillfully use it, could get you out of sheep, out of blind, out of
Yeah.
scatter trap. I told you before, I was a priest in arenas. I was playing very high back then. I mean, not. Also, I was very high, but I was high rating. Also. I was very high, but also very high ratings. But yeah, no,
I loved Shadow Word Death, because I played, so in TBC, I was the priest in the group, like I was the mana battery. And I try hard, like in phase 1 and phase 2, actually, as a Shadow Priest, I was topping damage meters in TBC in like 2021. But like I was unanimously hated by every healer in the guild, because I was all about do as much damage as I can. So I used Shadow Word Death on cooldown, regardless if the mob was at 100% health or fucking 5% health.
yeah.
Because
I mean,
my point was as well, it gives the healers a job.
Yeah, and also I think it fits the priest lore. You suffer for your faith.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that.
Well,
that-
look at I think it was Shadowlands. Priests would actively kill themselves. Like they're
That
I'm
sounds
not
so
even.
wrong.
But they would.
I know,
There
yeah.
was I don't know if it was a covenant or if it was a talent or something, but you had something that you used which could potentially kill you every time you used it.
Yeah. Sounds like very strong weed to me, actually, but you know. But yeah, I know what you mean, dude. It's like, yeah.
But healing priests just look insane if they're played properly and not by some fucking scrub.
Well,
Like,
to be fair, I was always more like a PvP player. I was not so much in the raiding business. You
Right.
know. I
So,
think the first time I really raided in WoW was when TBC was already out.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Well-
never raided in Old Classic. I laughed at the people who were gathering 40-man groups. I was pointing fingers saying, what are these idiots doing? Recruiting
that-
people for 4 hours. Like, what are you fucking...
Yeah, but then as well, back in vanilla, like the best, like so that was always that's the thing that always fascinated me was in vanilla, right? The skill players raided, and like if you like basically it was like common knowledge, or at least it was on my server. If you were not skilled enough to raid, you done PvP, right?
Mhm.
And then TBC comes out with arenas, and that flipped on its head. If you were not skilled enough to do arenas and push arenas, you raided.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so, like healing priests, they get Shadow Word Barrier, fucking epic, right? Serendipity, again, fucking epic. Strength of Souls, I can see later on if you're using Power Word Shield, yes, because you can basically be a bubble bitch because the warriors still gain rage now. Like so, in Season of Discovery, if you shield a warrior, they can still gain rage through the shield.
Yeah.
So you've got that, and Strength of Soul, Lesser Heal, Heal, Greater Heal, and Flash Heal reduce the remaining duration of Weakened Soul on the target they heal by 4 seconds.
Yeah.
In addition, targets of your Power Word Shield will gain Rage from taking damage despite the damage being absorbed. And Righteous Fury will trigger from damage absorbed by your Power Word Shield. As
Yeah.
if they were healed.
I understand. But you know what?
Yeah.
I want to point something else out. When the problem with my upbringing was that my parents kind of were fair to me, which really sucks in that matter that how will I ever have the motor, you know, the drive to feel loved because I achieved something when in my household that was separate. You were loved, you know, independent of achievement.
Yeah.
So that upbringing sucks. When your parents actually love you, how will you ever, you know, achieve anything? Fuck this.
It's not till you get to adult life that you get torn down by your peers.
Yes, why didn't they just at least beat me a little bit, you know? Damn. Those fucking
see,
hippies.
My dad was old school. Like my dad brought me up the same way he was brought up, and it was like if I crossed the line, I got put over his knee. Like
Shit.
I had the belt, I had a slipper over my arse, all that.
Some-
It's never harmed me, like. But like he was that sort of because my dad, he's passed away now, but my dad like now would be 70, he would be turning 72 this year.
Condolences. Is that the word?
That happens.
Condolences.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it was Christmas 2021 that he passed away. But he would have been 72 now. So he was off that generation that, you know, it was completely acceptable if your kid deserved it, he got a fucking ass whipping. It was it was never assault, it was punishment and discipline.
Yeah.
Okay, like when
No,
I turned 11, I was given my dad sat me down when I turned 11 and said to me, right, you're turning into a young man now, you have a decision to make. I'm not having you running the streets like all the other little fucking thugs that are running about the street. Choose what you want to do, choose an after school activity, and that's what you'll do after school. So like with me, I went into the Army Cadets. And I was in the Army Cadets from like 11 to 18.
Nowadays, kids get to choose their gender instead.
Yeah, that's weird. But the reason why I said this is that I realized that in a lot of MMO situations, it seems to me that people they say stuff like I'm having fun, being efficient and stuff like this, but what they're actually saying is that they learned that being like efficient means also being loved. So imagine you played the game without raiding, without winning anything, just to be here. How would
For
that
the
feel?
enjoyment of the game.
I mean, what my trailer transports it maybe a little bit. I mean, I can't help you if you don't watch it, Scotsman. I don't know what's up
I have
with you.
watched it. I
Okay.
did watch it, but I watched it on Discord. I didn't load it up on YouTube.
Okay,
that's why.
good then. Okay, good then.
How do you think I knew that you looked like a hobo Gandalf
Okay, true. That's
if I had
true.
watched it?
Okay.
And I did say to you when you put it up that I loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
No, thank you. But I'm just saying that I'm trying to start a movement where people are less about try hard and more about self-reflection. I'm just trying that. Maybe it doesn't work out. I'm gonna probably be stoned to death.
No. From my perspective, they two go hand in hand.
What
So
goes
like try harding and self-reflecting. They two go hand in hand. Like even when it comes to a video game, it sounds stupid, but like at the end of every raid, I record my gameplay using GeForce Experience for an entire raid, and I sit and watch everything I've done. If I fuck up, I am worse on myself than anybody else will.
That's really cool, but this is not the kind of self-reflection that I mean. I mean not like reflect about your gameplay and improve. What I mean is reflect about why. Why do you want to raid? What is the feeling you get when you're a tank?
I think I can add something to this.
Yeah, thanks.
So the reason why people play video games is because we have this inherent desire, animalistic desire to thrive at whatever we do. The reason we're here is because our ancestors thrived at staying alive. They min-maxed life. You know, they cooperated, they raided together, and they raided in their tribes, and that's the reason we're here.
They didn't min-max pulling out.
Our ancestors, they maxed it. And we don't have this. There's nothing in real life that really gives us this anymore. This scratches this itch. So people, this is why people get addicted to the gym. This is why people get addicted to video games. It's a way of giving our all to something, trying our hardest.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And it scratches an itch that doesn't exist there anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. Whenever I go through periods of quitting WoW every now and then, and I'm so much more productive in my real life, you know, because I get bored. I'm like, right, I'm gonna go to the gym more. I'm gonna eat healthier. I'm gonna make more effort. I'm gonna take more time to cook my food because I haven't got to go and raid, you know. It's just
It's funny you say that because I do the exact same.
If we put all the effort we put into the video game into real life, our real lives would be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I'm the exact same. Like I quit playing Warcraft. Like I only returned to playing Classic Era like a month and a half ago, something like that. I went from the start of this year until then, not playing WoW. Like I cut out of my life completely, and like I was at the gym. I lost. I think it was something like. What was it? I lost something like 30 kilos in less than like a month and a half.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like I was just so much more productive in real life, but at the same time, I didn't enjoy it. I was miserable.
Yeah, no. WoW for me, WoW scratches my social itch. Like, there's a lot of I find a lot more like-minded people interested in niche things like this. Like having my friends in real life, we don't have these interesting conversations. You know, it's hard to meet people in real life. It's hard to make new friends when you're an adult. Very difficult.
It's like
most interesting people are busy with their families than their careers. They're not looking for new friends, especially guys as well. Like come on, do I really want to make friends with some guy in the gym? Like if she's a pretty girl, it's a different story. But yeah, it's true, isn't it? Like guys don't have time for other guys, generally speaking.
Yeah, but that is all coming full circle. Nowadays, you can make friends with a guy in the gym, then convince him to become a pretty girl. You know? Just talk to him for a minute, man. He will work it out.
Well,
no, but I'm just saying that it's true. It's harder. I mean, I'm 48 years old, so for me, you know, I have 5 children. I only know parents with children. That's my That's like my group of people is other parents. That's what we have in common, which is actually not a very good ground to build on. You know, like you have in common that you didn't pull out. Ooh, it's like
Oh, you were too slow in pulling out.
it is like watching hardcore WoW death clips in a way because it focuses on the absence of something. You know, that's from just from a physics standpoint, that's very bad to focus on the absence of stuff. You know. For example, the absence of a Petri flask or a target dummy, or a condom, if you will. So I definitely agree.
You didn't bring all your consumables.
Yeah. What do you mean, no whiskey? Where are your consumables in Scotland? Meanwhile, in Scotland,
Why do you think in Scotland every man drinks and drinks whiskey? The reason for it is because it's the only way to make the women attractive.
Yeah. Yes.
You say that Scottish women are actually, compared to English women, Scottish women are very attractive. I've met quite a few attractive Scottish women. Scottish women age better. I've noticed this as well.
Oh.
I don't know if it's like.
So already in for the long run, eh? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
English women. I think English women are some of the worst in Europe, honestly.
Really?
Oh yeah. Aye, they're gremlins. Like
I work at an airport, and all the hot women I meet are foreign.
Mate, what company do you work for?
Greater Anglia.
I used to work for Swissport.
Ah, okay.
That's why I asked curiosity. I used to work at Edinburgh Airport before COVID.
Actually met up with the Scottish girl last week. She was down for a 21 Savage gig in London. She'd flown down and got a number at the airport. We went out with her last week. She was here for 2 days.
She was down for a Savage gig. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got savaged as well.
For me, I was a rampaging. I was one of the trolls hidden under in the baggage hall.
Nice.
I used to do all the Qatar flights and things like that.
Yeah. Oh man, it really turned me off that I was just really in the mood to create a Horde character now and to also get this experience. And now it's locked on Living Flame. Damn.
It's really annoying, isn't it?
I should have taken. People warned me. I should have taken it serious, man.
Yeah. I know. Same.
I've told you every time you've logged on, Brooklyn.
I know. I was so like, let him talk. It's.
You know why you're feeling this now, though? Because you actually can't.
Yeah,
that's why you're feeling this. Is because you're basically being told no, you can't do this. So it's making you want to do it more.
It's like anal sex.
Yeah. And also I remember that people like you guys told me, hey, but remember those servers will be locked, so better make your character now. You don't have to play it, but create it now. And I was like, yeah, blah blah. This is all hype train, It even is harder for me because you guys actually told me, and I didn't listen. So it's my fault. It's horrible. I could be a shaman now.
And now you'll be getting FOMA as well when you start seeing the guys raiding in BFA and BFD.
Yes, Jesus. I could be happy with my totems jumping around the plains. Mooing into the wind.
Oh God, don't! I get enough of that for fucking Oshag.
/ moo into the wind, bro.
Mate, honestly, I've been doing SFK runs with him now, like non-stop for the past 2 days, and every run he must / he's got it on keybind. He hasn't fucking keybinded.
Yes.
And you must hear it about 20 times a run. We'll be sitting fighting, and all I hear behind me is. And he's also got on keybind, milk me.
Oh, no.
Like he'll moo and then he'll yell, milk me. And then if you milk him, right, he then has on keybind, moan.
Dude, this is like it's 2005. You really bring the nostalgia back with your /joke emotes and stuff.
Mate, I've been running about as because I've never played Horde. I've been running about as undead, like flirting with my hooker. My hooker's my succubus, by the way.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I call her my hooker.
Yeah.
So I've been like when we're standing about, or if I'm drinking, I'll like slash flirt with the hooker to hear what he says. I'll be like typing slash silly constantly. It's fucking ridiculous.
Mahuka, hooker. So, yeah, the way you pronounce it, it sounds like an ancient, like Kyrgyzstanian instrument, the mahuka, you know?
My hooker.
Yeah, it's like a tribal man whistle, the mahuka. It's a very nice one, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's the instrument that English workmen use to catcall women from their white vans.
Yeah, the mahuka.
Lol.
It's made out of a gnome skull in the best, you know, probably.
And that's why it never attracts any women.
It's made from gnome skulls. What is with the racism against gnomes, though? Why is every like so many people?
I just hate gnomes.
Why is there so many racism against gnomes? What is it with?
I just dislike
Easy
gnomes,
targets,
right?
aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I mean they are pretty epic. They have a great swag, I think. You know.
The thing as well is like you've got two types of people who play gnomes, right? The closet paedophiles who play female gnomes, and just the straight up weirdos who play male gnomes. Like you think about it, like if you're ever at a party, right, and you see some guy with like the long beard and the like really well defined mustache that curls up and everything like that, they're normally very weird. Like as a personality.
Cunts.
Yeah, they're cunts. Well, but that's also why the Alliance wins Arctic Valley most of the time. Because the dwarfs created the gnome launcher and just fire gnomes at the horde. What class? I'm not going to play mage. I play mage in Era. Fuck playing mage in SoD.
You're not gonna play mage?
No, I mean a mage in Era.
In Era, yeah, classic
Yeah,
Era. Yeah, Era. Yeah.
Era.
You and your mahuka. Yeah, in Era. Yeah.
yeah.
I have to
Yeah,
learn
yeah.
to talk like you, man. This is amazing. Right? If you like
Well, I've got a friend that I knew met on Warcraft. I've known him for like 10 years now. We met in, actually more than 10 years. We met in Cataclysm. And I've been down to his and everything, right? And he has a very common joke that he makes. He's from York. Is it York? Yeah, he's from like York. He makes this joke all the fucking time. You can speak Scottish by just using your vowels. A, E, I, O, and U.
yeah.
Because when you're talking in Scottish,
Well, I call
use
you,
like
yeah. That's really, yeah, but that's what.
A, I.
But also like British
Talking
accent.
like
Like you two guys like
You do a Geordie accent like that.
if you would
Aye.
if you come to Germany, where I'm from, like the girls really like the British accents of all kinds, no matter if you're Scottish or
Mate,
British, like Egomaniac.
see my experience, right? When I'm playing an MMO, right? I've played all different types of I've played most of the MMOs out there nowadays, right? But see, whenever I get a woman in the guild, specifically like Danes, Swedes, stuff like that, I feel like a hot gamer girl the second I open my mouth. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've had women like swooning over Discord just at the sound of my accent.
Yeah, do the Ewan McGregor part again. Tell me again that I should bring balance to the force and not destroy them. What are you saying?
Oh yeah, like I've had it before where I joined a guild, and this was in Star Wars. We were doing an operation, which is raids.
Okay.
I joined this guild, first raid with them. I come onto Discord and I turned around to go, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And immediately I just heard a girl, this really hot woman's voice, like this, I think she was Swedish voice, come over comms going, "Oh my god, that accent." and then I just hear another woman's voice going, "Nope, I'm done." And you just heard the headset drop. I was like, what?
She just
turned out
she had to stand up to lose her pants.
It's insane. Just with the, and
But-
it's the same with English accent, especially for like American girls. Like, if you've got like an English accent, it's like instant.
In Germany
For
too,
them.
man. If you're in a club and people are asking, and what country are you from? And you're like, oh, I'm from Britain, you know? Like everyone is
Aye.
like, oh, you know? For some
It's
reason,
like
like the girls really like
it's
it.
like the least sexiest country in the world, but somehow the accent is like top notch.
Why would you say that? It's not the lead. No, I don't think so. There is a very
You've not seen the cretins that walk about fucking Britain.
well.
It's like
To
imagine
be fair,
what
the Indian accent's pretty bad.
That's that. But when I say sexy, what I mean is you have to
I
you think
can't
like a
sit on
man.
this
That's
camel after eating all this curry.
that your problem is you think like a man. You have to get into to understand why women are attracted to something. You have to
Yeah.
think like a woman, and you have to understand that the cultural impact of the British culture has just
Women are attracted to status.
yeah, like the British have like in Germany at least they're considered to be like kind of a leading culture, not in all parts of life, but in some parts they are kind of a leading culture, you know?
London's one of the biggest financial hubs in the world. So
The-
even if you're not going on historically, it's like there's
Yeah,
there's
just women just like to be around men who have the confidence, and it radiates confidence if you are kind of part of this leading culture, even though if it's not even your fault, you know? I mean,
You
oh.
you just destroyed my bubble there by saying that. I always thought it was because the women used to love me because I'd slip on the dance floor with my kilt on and see up the kilt.
I'm not so sure about this one. That's what I mean. You think like a man. So you think I would love if a chick would sleep and I could see her makuchi, you know? But that's not how women work, dude. They respect you for totally
You-
different things than you think
You
they
say
do.
that, but the most common question I get from women when they find out that I have a kilt is if I'm a true Scotsman or not.
I know, but that's because they're just curious out of curiosity. Curiosity or
Curiosity.
Curiosity. All right.
Curie or something
I
different.
almost died by trying to do curiosity. All right, I got it. Yeah. No, and it is interesting, right? To know is he a true Scotsman? Is he wearing nothing under his kilt? You know, it's just
women have really bizarre taste as well. Like if you get a pretty woman, 99% of guys will agree on whether she's attractive or not. Guys are pretty simple with what we're attracted to. But some women like these big, ugly Neanderthal type of guys. Some women like really pretty guys. Like some women are into like nerdy guys. Like the spectrum of what women are into is so different.
Yeah.
Like men, so easy to pinpoint what men like. Like you could get up a girl and say, would most men find her attractive? And it's like, well, yes or no. It's very easy, you know. But
Yeah.
with women, it's so much harder. They're so bizarre. When you see you see women with all sorts of guys, attractive women, sorry, with all sorts of strange looking guys.
That's the thing. Like there was this one woman in my town. She's very, very attractive, and her type was, you know, from Stranger Things, the guy who plays the dad kind of.
Sheriff?
Yeah, like
Yes.
the typical dad, bearded, little belly, bit stable. Like she was really attracted to those daddy kind of guys. She hated six packs and she liked more the manliness of not caring too much about your looks and being stable and supportive or something like this. So totally different mindset. Also, but interesting nevertheless.
Yeah.
Right? It's interesting.
She likes them bears.
Exactly, more like a bear type of guy
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
It's Druids.
Dude, yeah, that's. And I was like, hey, I can gain some weight, you know, I can get a belly, no problem, you know. So, I was, back in the day, I was pretty attractive.
I was
It's
going
not like
to say
today.
you're a game designer. You not got a belly yet.
Dude, I have a small belly now, but it's not. Is it already dad level? I would say yes. Yeah, I have a dad level belly now, so I'm in the game.
Hey, the way I always look at it is, you might spend a lot of time getting that six pack, but I spend a lot of money getting this keg.
Yeah, yeah. And also, when you just talk in beer terms, if you have the choice between a six pack and a keg, who would pick the
take the
six pack?
keg.
That's just stupid. I mean, just think beer wise.
Unless the keg is tenants.
Yes, but I'm just saying a keg, is always
Yeah.
No. No, it's good to be. I mean, there's a few men where most women agree that he's attractive, Brad Pitt or some shit, and
Oh yeah,
like Jason Momoa, Brad Pitt. There's a few guys where all the women say he's attractive.
mate, I would not disagree with Jason Momoa at all. If I were gay, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems to be a cool guy, definitely.
See, for me, I grew up watching Stargate, and I loved Stargate Atlantis. And Jason Momoa in Stargate is brilliant.
Yeah, but you know what? There's also one thing about women that, especially when you're a younger man, it's very hard to understand that if a woman sees a man and she thinks, and let's just say the man is super attractive, like he's, the Patrick Bateman, he's like trained and successful and everything, and the woman imagines herself next to him, suddenly she thinks, oh my, I might look fat next to this guy. I might look weird next to this guy,
No, it's very funny you say that, right? So I'm a big gym goer, and I have been for like most of my adult life, and I'd say I'm in reasonably good shape, and it definitely you think oh, if I was like in really good shape and I had like big shoulders and a six pack and pecs, you think if I had like this kind of body, it'd be so easy to get women. There's a significant amount of women that are put off by it. They feel intimidated. They don't want to be the ugly one in the relationship. They don't want to be the one. It makes a lot of people feel self-conscious, when you especially because I'm quite careful with what I eat and stuff. I live like generally quite probably what would be considered a healthy lifestyle, and they don't want a lot of people don't like this because it's like shit. Well, you're making me feel unhealthy, or you're making me feel fat.
Feel guilty.
Also,
make them feel guilty. Yeah, exactly.
And also to just give it one point to them, it's also less fun if you live. I mean, an unhealthy lifestyle also can be a lot of fun. Compared
that's another a different variable, but you're absolutely right. A lot of people will say, "Oh, this guy's not going to be fun because he's too strict, he's too disciplined."
If you
I don't drink, so that's for a lot of people that's incredibly boring.
Yeah, I don't drink either, by the way, but I'm just saying that I know what you mean. It's just girls think, "Oh my God, how can I ever, when I had 2 Chardonnays, light a cigarette? My guy's gonna get out of the room because he lives a healthy lifestyle, so sometimes being a little bit broken is sometimes it's actually a plus.
Also, you've got the problem. You have the problem as well with a lot of gym goers. I'm not saying you're like this, Eagle, by the way, but you do get a lot of like gym guys and stuff that go and like they almost try to force their lifestyle on their partner.
Oh yeah,
it's like
that's very common. That's a very common thing.
All the time, like a girl is maybe gained a little bit of weight and she's eating a bit of chocolate, and her partner's like, "Oh, you need to go to the gym. You need to stop eating that chocolate. You need to lose the weight." It's like if I was the girl,
it's so important to find someone that has the same values as you. It's like my sister. My sister's always on her boyfriend's case to become a vegan because she's a vegan, and it's like. He ate meat when you got with him. If you wanted to date a vegan, you should have dated a vegan when you were single. You decided to date a meat eater, and now you're giving him a hard time. Like fuck off.
Yeah, that's the one big thing that drives me insane. With, like women, like female ideology when they're like going into dating, is they're not looking for the partner that is who they are then. They're looking at the person that they can turn them into.
Yeah, exactly. But you're right. You're right. A lot of people do that with the gym. You're right, though. A lot of people do that with the gym. That's not exclusively women. That's that can be guys as well.
I had an old friend who was exactly like that, right? So I put on a bit of weight now, but when I was in my early 20s, I was a rugby player and I was shredded. Like, I'm 6 foot tall, and my dad used to say I'm built like the side of a shit brick house. Like, I'm big.
So you were a rat paladin back then, basically, with a kind of topless, always topless. Why would you wear armor?
I was that guy that you see, like, when you're watching rugby and you see those really big motherfuckers. I was one of them in my 20s. And then, when I stopped playing rugby and all that, I started to put on weight and stuff like that. But like at the moment, I weigh something like 215 pounds, and I'm 6 foot tall.
What's that in kg? I don't know pounds.
No, I'll tell you just now. Actually,
2.2 pounds to a kilo, is it?
No, sorry, no. I'm 200. Sorry, I am 113 or 110 kilos. I think it is something like that.
That's pretty heavy, man.
Yeah. But I'm 6 foot tall and I'm really big built. Like
Yeah, no, like
got
bones and everything.
big-
They had that big
yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah, I've got like big, broad shoulders. Like even just now, because I've put on a bit of weight. But like when I'm wearing a top, I look like I have like pecs, like proper full-on pecs. Take my top off and they're fucking boobs. But you feel them, and you can actually feel like the pecs underneath because of how big built I am. I'm the sort of guy that my mate hates me for this. I can go to the gym, and within a couple of months, I can get fucking massive. But at the same time, I look at like a bit of chocolate and I gain 5 stone.
Dude,
Like
you
that-
gained
that's my
you
body
gained
metabolism.
5 stone. Like, are we in 1150? Do you expect us to know what a stone is?
Oh, sorry. Like
that's what we use in.
It's I gained 5 stones. Oh, really, sire? How
so what do you
didst
use?
thou?
Do you use kg or pounds?
They're German. They use kg for sure.
Dude, look. I'm speaking your language because I've learned it.
Oh, it would be.
Thanks for giving me a little respect for this. You know.
So to transfer it, I look at a bit of chocolate and I would gain like 31 kilos.
Oh, so 5 stones is around 30 kilos. So
Five,
now I know.
like,
I know. Now I
Yeah.
know.
So
Okay.
one stone is 6.3 kilograms.
Hmm.
But I'm that sort of guy. Like, and I'll go through. In my adult life, now that I'm out of my 20s and I'm out of my fucking prime, I'm 31 now. But nowadays, like, I will go through phases. So, like, I'll go through phases where I'll put on weight, but at the same time, like, give me 2 weeks and I'll lose, like, maybe, like, 15, 20 kilos very easily.
Mm.
Man, I'm tall. I'm 6'2", but I've got a very small waist. I've got like small wrists and small waist.
Yeah.
I'm quite lean. I struggle to put on weight. So like, I've literally got the same metabolism. I'm 35. I've got the same metabolism I did when I was a teenager.
Dude, so
I'm
you're a skinny
I'm
bitch
still-
with a British accent, dude. In Germany, you're like a demigod.
Oh, I'm not.
you know?
I'm not skinny. I'm like 95 kg. I'm shredded.
okay.
I'm shredded. I've got. Yeah. No, I'm in good shape. Like.
No, I mean just body type. You're like the slim British. That's one of the in Germany. This is one of the most looked after type of men, I guess. It's like the little bit mysterious, little bit nerdy, slim British guy. That's like asking someone like, "Is that a law?"
I'm 35. I still get ID'd when I buy alcohol. I've got no grey hair. I've got no balding. I've got still got a baby face. I look really young. Honestly, I look like I'm 25 probably.
That's why I have a beard. Because if I shave my beard off, I get ID'd.
But who's gonna fuck the teenagers if I grow a beard?
But I have a question. Can you do me one favor? Can you turn into my channel because I'm live right now?
I am on your channel right now.
Oh, you are on the channel. I mean, no, but I mean, are you in the live stream?
Yes,
you're on a live
I'm
stream.
watching
Hang
your
on,
live
hang on.
stream right now.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool because I was
Let me
just
get it.
You're standing staring at a demon hunter.
I'm
On
listening
your-
to
on
you
your-
guys. I'm listening
Yeah,
to you.
but there's a not a demon hunter. There's a warlock and meta right in front of you.
Exactly. Yeah. This guy here.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good. Cool. But I just wanted to ask you guys, how do I like, if someone joins the chat and I want to greet them, is there anything is there anywhere I can click to like, wait a minute, to see who's here? Like this is how it looks.
Oh, 1 second.
Like, is there open widget? No, I don't need
Right,
this
can
one.
you see this? Like, check, because I just typed something in your chat.
Oh, no, Graham Davis, you said hey.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
and I can say hey back. That's really cool. But the question is, when you are, let's just say you're a shy girl from Taiwan. Okay, imagine that for a second. You join
Are you trying to see people that's in your chat?
Yeah, that's exactly
Right.
it.
So see it in your chat, like at the top where it says top chat. There's
Yeah.
3 dots on the right hand side. Click on that, and you've got participants.
Oh, participant. But does that mean that they talked or they just pressed?
No, that shows people that are watching your stream.
Oh, so thanks, man. Participants
Yeah.
is the word. Oh my God, I couldn't know this by any chance.
No,
Participants. Okay, no, it makes sense. They take part, so they're.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
they're watching my stream.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now I got it, dude. That's so cool. I look. I don't know where this is going with SOD, but we said, look, we're gonna do this every day. We're gonna stream every day and see
Oh,
what
sick,
happens.
man.
Yeah, see what
Yeah,
happens.
You've got to try and get on the server.
Dude, I'm trying. It's locked. It's racist almost. Like, look at this. Look, I can't get in. What the fuck?
It's racist coming from the German.
It is racist to not let, like, it's like the boat is full, go somewhere else. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I want to join you guys.
Out of curiosity though, just try and log on to the server.
Yeah,
and create a character.
those angry torrents, telling you have a phone. How come that but you have a phone? You can't be poor.
That's why when you've got those angry
Sorry.
that's why when you've got those angry torrents, you sit there and eat a burger in front of them.
Yeah.
It was probably their cousin.
But look, I'm sorry to tell you, sir, but you were wrong. Participants means what I thought it means. It means I see people who wrote something in the chat, who participated, but I don't see that when they just join as a viewer. Because now I have 4 viewers, and where do I see a list of them? Where's that list?
Oh, I don't know.
Analytics. Maybe I have unlist live rounds when it ends. Unlist live. I don't even know how this works. I'm really new to this. Let me just ask the interwebs. How do I see a list of viewers? Right? In my YouTube live. Concurrent viewers report. Yeah, but that's not what I mean. They're telling me that
You've got to love computers. They're the smartest dumb things in the world.
Yeah, well, it's hard. But they basically told me go to the edit and then look to concurrent viewers in the statistics. But how can I say hello to people? Let's just for a second assume I would be polite and say, hey there, if I have the time. Why isn't there a list of people like there is on Twitch?
Like on Twitch, I have no idea.
On Twitch, that you
why did you choose to stream on YouTube instead of Twitch anyway?
It's a good question. Because I'm pretty good at video editing, I think I have an easier time getting attention to a YouTube channel by making funny videos than I have by, on Twitch. It's like, I don't even know, man. Do I have to sit in a hot tub and make PvP? I don't know what I have to do. What do I have to do on Twitch to get some attention? Assuming I don't want to murder anyone. Murder is out of the question for now. So what do you do?
Clickbait titles. Which seems to like
what title?
So the one thing that Twitch does have to its benefit, right, is compared to you. I've streamed on Twitch a little bit, but I've never streamed on YouTube. The one thing Twitch has is you can raid other people's channels. So like a very big like Warcraft player might at the end of their stream look like it didn't. I've never seen it from Warcraft, but I have seen it from like World of Warships and World of Tanks, where streamers I watched there, where they would go into Twitch and they'd look for like people with low viewers, so someone like yourself, and they would raid your channel and get all their participants to go into your channel and watch your stream. But I don't think YouTube does that. So like,
okay, well,
and there's videos of it on YouTube, like people getting raided by like a small time Twitch streamer who maybe has like 10 viewers each time they stream, all of a sudden getting like 100,000 viewers.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like I could look if I would tell everyone like your old guild and some connections I made over the years, I could definitely get 30 people to watch me doing whatever if I really would get behind it and tell people, hey, like I did with you, like, hey, by the way, I'm live, you can tune in. But that's more like.
So what I think, like,
but that's not really attention. Like if you bring your crowd, it doesn't really count. That's like those bands who travel around with the whole village they come from, and that doesn't count. You know,
So I think one of the ways, like it's not the only way, but I think one of the ways the algorithm kind of works as well is how many viewers you've got. So, like as you get more viewers, your channel becomes more will appear more to people in YouTube. And so what I would suggest doing, right, is try and get guys in the guild to watch it. So like say for example, once you get onto our server and you're playing with the guild and doing BFD,
Okay.
get the guys to support your stream by opening your stream on YouTube and just having it in the background while they're raiding. Like have you on mute but have the stream open in the background, and then your viewer count will go up by having 10 guys watching your stream while you're raiding.
That's definitely true.
And then
I mean, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I'd also like post your videos in Reddit and stuff. Go to Reddit, find Reddit posts and that have lots of views, lots of people. Post your videos, get clicks. Just direct traffic to your just increase your online presence in every capacity.
Yeah.
Like create social media for your channel. So create like a 13 Apes Facebook page, a 13 Apes Twitter page, and whenever you go live, post like that you are now streaming live with the link to your YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, because the thing is, it's hard, you know, it's both a little bit. It's a little bit business part, but it's also a little bit like almost like a Zen like meditation to be everyday streaming, you know. Sometimes with 0 viewers means you talk to look, it's basically talking to yourself in front of an electronic device. That could be considered a disease, you know.
Which is what the three of us are essentially doing.
That's what I mean.
It's a little bit scummy, but for critiquing the streamers for a response, you know, if you can critique or do an interesting video and try and get them to give their opinion on it, get them to review it, you know, if you can.
I made a song. I wrote a song for SoD, for crying out loud. What else should I do? Should I discover a particle and call it the SoD boson? What the fuck am I supposed to do? I wrote a song.
If you can get Asmongold to play this song on his stream, you're going to get like hundreds.
Yeah, you immediately get fucking yeah.
But how? This
is what I've noticed from guys that I've watched over the years and what attracts me to Twitch streamers and YouTubers. First of all, the biggest thing is their personality.
Okay.
You know, how are they? Do they make you laugh? Or, you know, are they entertaining to watch?
They make your dick hard.
Do they make your dick hard?
For some people, yeah. But it's like, are they entertaining to watch? First of all, and then the other part is word of mouth, right? So if you've got guys like, you know, us, like say us in the guild, right? So if you get us on board for supporting your stream, so like I've got a couple of friends that I play Warcraft with, and I know, and like I could say, oh, guys, tune into this guy, give him some support.
Yeah,
and
content.
It's through word of mouth, and then they watch you, and they go, oh, this guy's quite entertaining. I'm going to watch him, and then they tell their friends, and that's kind of how it works. If you're entertaining, the subscribers, the viewers will eventually come. Because
I understand all that, but there's like. I'm just saying, I wrote a song. Can we just have a moment of silence for that I already like put in a little bit of energy into this by writing a song for
not only that, but singing it.
Not only writing, singing it, editing it, and also having like a meta layer. Like there's some meta layer in the song for the real heavy nerds who are like trying to, you know, get into the more symbolic side of things. There's even riddles and Easter eggs woven into it. And in the end of the channel, like in 12 years, it will all make sense. I've already... No, I didn't plan it for 12. I'm just saying, I know that if I get a big streamer to watch my trailer, that people would probably pay attention, but everyone thinks like this. And that means... there's no way I could ever, like, without being an annoying troll, I mean, without achieving this. You know?
Other ways as well you can do it is, like, if you've got a funny moment in your stream where something hilarious happens.
Shorts. Make a short.
Yes.
Yeah.
Snip it, make shorts, but don't check the notification part. So the problem with the notification is it notifies it basically just notifies the people who are subscribed to you, right? Whereas if you do not, the way the algorithm works is if you do not check it, it puts it out into the ether for everybody to see.
Oh, but how?
Shorts are a
Look,
great way.
have you ever seen a German stream where something funny happened? I don't know if this is like my forte. No, I'm trying to playing into the meme of the.
That could be your thing. You could be that funny German.
I mean, that would be something pretty rare, you know.
You could go all out and cosplay as well with your Gandalf outfit.
Yeah, dude, it's actually just a scarf that I wrapped around my head. It's actually not really a Gandalf outfit, you know. I'm just saying.
Hey, you look like Gandalf. It's a Gandalf outfit for me.
I look like a young Gandalf in his, in his face where he was, in his blue face where he was painting and
Painting and
young
traveling the
Gandalf.
world and speaking to small
His
people.
communist face where he was a young student just getting into stuff.
Marxist Gandalf.
Marxist Gandalf. That's an amazing title. Like Marxist Gandalf talking about WoW, future of WoW. That's amazing.
You need to get yourself a pipe as well, just one that blows bubbles.
But what? What balls?
So Gandalf has a pipe.
Oh yeah, I have a pipe.
And
Dude.
if you don't smoke, well, you do smoke, but if you didn't, you get one that blows bubbles instead.
But do you guys see this pipe? It is actually a Gandalf pipe. I don't know. It's delayed now.
Yeah, your stream is delayed.
I think. Yeah. This is my pipe. I mean, if this is not a Gandalf pipe, I don't know what is.
Oh, that is quite cool.
Have a look. Oh wow, that is really cool.
Although I'm disappointed you don't have the big, massive pipe that the guy has in Inglourious Basterds.
Oh, the Hans Lander pipe?
Yes.
Hmm.
The overcompensating pipe.
Yeah. Small penis, big heart. That's my motto anyways, So it would actually fit the setting. But, big dreams, small dicks. That's the name of the channel,
But yeah,
No.
basically like catchy titles as well, catch people's attention.
Dude, now I got someone. Yeah. No, but look, I'm not like a 17-year-old girl and trying to make a career out of this. I'm not desperate for attention here.
But I understand where you're coming from.
It's still nice to have a little community, isn't it?
That's what I mean. It's like it feels not sane to sit in front of a device, talk to the camera and say something like, yo, people, what are we going to do today? And there's like literally only my wife tuning into this stream. She's like, shut the fuck up, comes from the side, like, wait a minute. Why is she trolling me?
That's actually a good point. Have your wife watch it so when your dinner's ready, she can type to you in chat, dinner's ready, instead of shouting on you.
Yeah, that's true. There's a participant. Dinner's ready, you moron. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Be right back. It's like, I don't know, man. She always disses me in anyway, so, yeah, why should that stop here,
That's a good thing.
Nah, I'm not desperate for attention, but I would like to have it a more, interesting interaction. Because when I just pull people, as I said, like those bands who bring their crowd, which is a wonderful thing. They're like the Kelly family. They're like a big family. Woo. I have nothing against that. Some streamers are like this. They have the 30 people, and they are with them for 10 years or something, 15 years.
But that's the thing as well. I would say patience. Because obviously you're just starting out, so it'll take time. But once I've my mate, for example, he streams Rocket League.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And he knows a bunch of big Rocket League streamers actually that have helped him build his channel. But when he was starting out, he started out small. For the first 6 months, he maybe had 3 or 4 viewers and stuff like that. And then it gradually over a month or two after that, it went from 4 to 20, 30, and then it just snowballs. Because if you've got, say, 30 guys who are interested in what you play, so say I didn't know you and I'm watching you, I find you quite entertaining, right?
Mm-hmm.
And entertaining to watch and stuff like that. And I've got mates that I play with in the guild. So, for example, we're sitting here talking, and I'm talking to Egomaniac, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I watch your stream. I then go, oh, by the way, you should check this guy out. He's actually quite funny. He's a German Gandalf. And Eagle Maniac goes, "Oh, that's quite cool. I'll check him
It's
out."
a
And then,
German Gandalf. That's like the weirdest thing to put into things.
but,
Oh, German. Of course, I know German Gandalf guy. I don't know if I want to be known as that. You like German Gandalf?
but my point being, like, because I watch your stream and then I tell Ego about it, Ego starts watching your stream. That's an extra person, and then both me and Ego tell someone else about it. Then that's it.
And I think as well. I think if everyone, even if you have a small amount of people watching your stream, if they fit the same demographic, the algorithm's going to pick up on this, and it's going to advertise it to other people that fit that demographic. Yeah. Whereas if you have 30 completely different people with completely different viewing habits viewing you, you're probably less likely to get recommended to anyone because you're not hitting.
Also, what do you think about Ganjalf the Green?
Ganjalf the Green.
Ganjalf the Green. The master of the weeds. Ganjalf? No? Not Ganjalf?
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
I don't know.
You need to get a green screen behind you with just like a big wheat plant.
You know why I look like a ghost? Because my green screen is weird. That's why. And the threshold. How am I floating here? Do you think I have not a green screen? Why? How is my head?
I can see pretty much, like, I can see through you and see what the chat's saying behind you.
That's why. Yeah. But that's why I have a green screen, because you can see through. Yeah, just the chiseled stuff is coming from the threshold of the color values. So there's too much green in my room.
That being said, as well, right? So, like, as I said, like, once you get your ass onto the server, when the server's finally unlocked and stuff, you start raiding with us. Get the guys, right? To log, just try and get the guys to log on to your stream, to have it in the background, and then you start off with 10 guys, right? And then when we're doing raids and you're talking 40 guys, you ask them to do the same thing again, because I mean it doesn't cost much for them to just I'm trying to get my stream sorted. Can you guys help me out? Get like 30 other guys sitting there with your stream just off in the background, even muted. They wouldn't even know that they wouldn't even notice that you're streaming. And then get them to like and subscribe, and then that's how the algorithm works, doesn't it? Like the more likes and subscribes you get, the more.
But this is all if you would be like really professional about it. I'm just more like what I said before. I would like to have people who I didn't bring here, but who came on their own. That is something that is I think I would enjoy more.
That's what happens. Like that's how like some Warcraft streamers do start to get big, is they get their guild to help them at first to promote, because it's not just promoting you, right? It's promoting the guild.
Yeah, of course.
You're there raiding, they're watching the raids. You might end up getting people who follow, and then they want to join the guild as well. Stuff like that.
Exactly, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not a big of a raider. So much of a raider. I'm more. I would say I'm more like a trickster. Like a mischievous kind of guy.
A rogue.
I am a rogue. I'm just in a furry suit. You will find out the hard way if you ever come across me.
Yeah. But like, what I mean though, right? So if you get those guys who put your stream up and that, you get the subs and that for the guys in the guild to support your stream. That, like, they're there helping you. They're your friends. You're their friends. They're there supporting their friend. But the algorithm will then, because you're starting to get numbers, will then suggest it to other people who will naturally come on the
if you could get like 300 people liking you, say you're in a big Discord, if you could get 300 views and likes on every video or every content you put out, you inevitably get like recommended to loads of people very quickly.
No, and I don't want to be recommended to loads of people. I just want to be recommended to the right little. I'm rather looking like a little Suicide Squad. I don't want to be a leader of the Xerxes army. Rather like a little troop of exceptional gentlemen, kind of.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Something like this. 13 apes is kind of already hinting, it's more than 12 monkeys. You figured that out. Congratulations. But, let's see where this goes. I don't know why I called it 13 apes, man. I didn't, I don't know even.
But that's the thing as well, though. Stupid name. Because what will end up happening is, like, if you get the guild to do that route for you, most of the guys probably will. They're all, like, really nice, helpful guys. You get them to do that. Yes, you'll get people who will come to your channel who maybe don't jive, and that's always going to happen. You get people who come check out your channel and be like, nah, you know, he's not for me, and obviously you're not for him.
Yeah.
But you will get, like, say maybe like every 100 you'll get, or say maybe every 10 you'll get that one person that does, and he sticks around, and then you know it just that's how people slowly build up followings, is because of that.
Mhm.
The only other way, like naturally when you're starting off streaming, it starts off slow, and then it does slowly start to snowball. Whereas the other way of doing it is to make clickbait titles, and you get loads of views, but at the same time, like in my opinion, clickbait titles feel more like sellout titles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If I was you, I would I'd make like short form 10-minute videos where you sort of discuss your thoughts, because you think quite deeply about a lot of these aspects of the game. And if you can draw these videos out, if you can draw these conversations with yourself out for about 10 minutes, so you can just like make these videos thinking out loud, because they're relatively, I think they're, to me, I think they're interesting.
Okay, that's a good idea.
thoughts, you know?
So it's almost like a master giving teachings to a topic.
Like, like philosophical, like philosophy meets gaming kind of thing.
Okay, it's like, like the dubious ganja of giving some teachings when it comes to I get what you mean.
No, but I would actually watch that. You know, I think I like listening to you. I like listening to your. You do think quite deeply about some of these things.
Yeah, the last wheat bender. They call me the last wheat bender because I'm like, you know, I get this. Yeah.
Like short, like there's definitely a space for that. Like so like one of the channels I saw that was very small that I watched get bigger was the Meta Goblin guy. I remember.
I know Meta Goblin.
I remember when he had he's not even particularly that good. He's quite a simple guy actually. He's not that interesting at all. But I remember his channel when it had absolutely no followers at all, and I've seen him grow like to a reasonable size. And
it's about finding your niche.
He was consistent. He just consistently put out content. And he just gives his opinion. He's not even that interesting. His opinion isn't very interesting, and people still care about it.
Yeah,
it's just about putting it out there, isn't it?
And his opinion's not always correct either. He makes a lot.
No, I think he's a bit of an idiot, to be honest. He's nice. No, he's not a bad guy, but I don't think he's very intelligent or very deep.
But I know Meta Goblin, so that also speaks for itself. You know, like
exactly. You know who he is.
I've raided with the guy and everything.
Oh, really? You know?
Yeah. So when I played in Classic 2019, Meta Goblin, like we were pugging people for Molten Core right at the start when we started raiding, because we didn't have 40 level 60s yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Meta Goblin came along to our raids for maybe about a month weekly, and we had him on Discord and everything like that. Yeah. But like I thought it was quite funny because I destroyed him in the healing meter, but.
You had to mention that, didn't you?
Yeah.
He's a bad player, but he might be an exception.
Yeah, he's not an exceptional player. He's like a down to he's your average guy, down to earth, and I think that's what attracts people to him as well. Is he's not one of these sarfs.
He's not a min-maxer at all, is he? Yeah.
No, he's not. He plays the game for the enjoyment of the game.
Yeah, he's more an Adam Sandler. He's not Norm Macdonald.
But but that's the thing though, like, and that's why his channel's has built, because as keep forgetting your fucking name, as Eagle Maniac has pointed out, right? One of the biggest things is consistency, right? He's consistently posting. When he streams, it's reliable. So, if he's streaming, you know, or a lot of the streamers who tend to get followings are like guys who maybe stream on specific days, specific times.
I remember watching him stream, and I was like the fifth person in there.
Yeah, but
he's just consistent, isn't he? Yeah.
Aye. So your consistency, finding your niche, and like people follow. So people who follow Meta Goblin, they follow him because he's not a tryhard. He is, like, in most senses of the word, he's a casual player. But
also his name, you know, his alter ego that he created, the Meta Goblin, it's already in the name. He's a little goblin who follows the meta. He's not someone who comes up with an own strategy. He's a Meta Goblin, so he's not even lying about what he is.
These sort of guys as well who do like YouTube videos and stuff, like, because Meta Goblin obviously he got big through making YouTube videos, and then when he streamed, people would view it. So like for you, it's like if you're playing the game and something funny happens, like a wipe because of something stupid, clip it.
That can happen any moment.
Get clip it, get it on YouTube Shorts, stuff like that, and it will slowly start to get a following. And like when it comes to like the game, like people like Metagoblin and people like that, like they do videos about like tips for going into season discovery and all that. They are literally just reading, and they're not even reading it properly either, but they're reading off Wowhead and basically regurgitating that information into a video.
Dude, thank you for, but can I say one thing that's actually happening in WoW right now? Because I was alone here and was trying to make the quests out of
Watch it,
Deadmines.
yeah, they've all respawned.
And then we got layered because people were like, hey, he's alone, invite him. And then suddenly we somehow got layered, and now we are kind of fucked in a way. Like, there's full spawn for some reason. I can't even rest and run out. Like, they have to wall through, I guess.
Yeah.
Where are those? How are these people resurrected here? Oh my god! And then there's another group maybe fighting in. Like we're trapped in. I feel like a tourist in Gaza Strip right now, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't move to any side. I just stay here, man. I just stay dead.
But that's what I mean. Like funny stuff like this is the sort of stuff you would look at clipping.
Yeah, it's
like,
funny for you.
escape.
You're not trying to do the quest.
But that's the point. It's funny for your viewers.
Yeah. Congratulations, man.
Like, yeah, it might be, but that's the thing. Like one of the most I might just be a sadist over this, right? But one of the most enjoyable things I love watching on YouTube is when things go horribly wrong and watch the YouTuber
really? Well,
getting
great.
frustrated.
No, mate, not just on YouTube, on Pornhub as well. Like,
dude, look, man. The question is, can I resurrect and shadow melt in a speed that is so fast that the script of the attack range doesn't get me?
That's the game dev brain working.
Dude, I'm wait a minute. I try, dude. Yes! I did it! I shadow melted, dude. And you know why? Because I have this macro. That's why. Dude, I'm alive, but I mean I can't move. But
for us, you're so dead.
Eat this, orcs. Oh, 25% stun resistance is the best random. Shut the fuck up, dude. I'm shadow melting. That's why I'm alive, okay? Fuck your stun resist. Sorry to get against orcs on this one. I'm sorry.
And now you need to get out without dying.
I can't move. Look, I would consider myself kind of a good player, but I'm very certain to tell you, sire, there's 0 chances of survival. This just no way I survive this.
But this is what I mean. Like, this is the sort of clip that if I was watching YouTube Shorts that would make me sit and watch.
It's like Saving Private Ryan, but just with me getting fucked. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
But that's what I mean. Like, a lot of people who view content, this sort of thing is why they watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
really?
Look at hardcore. The reason why streaming on hardcore blew up on Twitch was because of people dying and getting frustrated and annoyed.
I'm marking them at least. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's what I said. That's why I don't like hardcore, because it focuses on the fun of failure rather than on the fun of success. And I'm kind of try to be a positive guy,
Yeah.
Oh god, I can't move.
Or you look at it from the other point of view that there's always a silver lining.
Yes, of course. But look, I was saved. I didn't die. Do you realize that this worked out? Jesus. What were the odds? What were the odds that I survived this, man? What were the odds? Seriously.
Get into cat.
Jesus. Yeah, get into cap was too slow because there's one global more. That's why I was just shadow melding with the macro.
Are you a healer on your druid or are you DPS?
I am like Batman. I am what Gotham needs, You know what I mean?
Batman needs.
I'm not the hero you deserve. I'm the hero you need.
Whiskey sours.
Yes. Also, I used to smoke a lot. That's what thing with my voice. So let's not talk about it. Let's talk about something else. Fuck this with my voice. That's actually funny. Why is there no advertisement yet, like anti-smoke campaign with Batman in it? And he's like, you know what I mean? Why isn't there a Batman anti-smoke commercial yet? What happens? Hey, marketing guys, are you sleeping? What's going on? Any idea to
A caption
buff,
that
please?
a
Dude.
caption that comes up at the end. Throat
Yeah.
cancer. It's a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, I mean, in my time, I mean, it's not my time, but shortly before I was born, there was Jules Brenner was a big thing in Hollywood, you know. He was a bold guy. Jules Brenner, ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had cancer, and he was, before he died, he made a lot of those videos where he's like, never smoke, and you know, he was pointing to the camera, and he was really, he had this impression to help, like to give this message after playing, you know, Wild West movies for 30 years. Suddenly he got the impression maybe smoking isn't such a good idea, you know, after
Yeah.
all. And have you ever seen one of those Jules Brenner do whatever you want but never smoke messages? Have you ever seen one of these?
I don't think I have. I know who the guy is, but I don't think I've seen any of them.
Yeah, it's just, and I wonder, you know, who's the next Jules Brenner? Do we really have to sacrifice another generation, or can just Batman do the job and just, you know, have that voice, and, you know, without actually being sick, like Jules Brenner was, because he died of lung cancer, which is pretty
Yeah.
sad. Yeah. I'm sorry. That totally ruined the mood. Now I'm sorry, man. I'm just
Oh, no,
saying. It's like, well, everyone's like, Jules.
On a slightly different. Sorry to change the subject. I was going to say this earlier. It's quite funny. So I'm on the alliance side of the server. Everyone went horde. I didn't realize. Ended up on this server an alliance, and I made a guild with some guys I did a Dead Mines run with. I'm the GM, which I'm the GM of. And I haven't invited anyone to this guild, but I've allowed everyone else to invite people. Now got 300 members.
Oh my god!
Nice.
So it's you made the corona effect. It's kind of
It's like people are messaging me. They're like, "Where's the Discord? Like, when are we starting BFD?" I'm like, "Man, I didn't sign up to be GM of anything."
Well, technically you did because you created a guild in your GM.
I know, but it was only for a joke. It's called the guild's called Season of Poggers. Like, it's just a joke. Like
Season of Poggers. That's actually a pretty good name,
Yeah, it is.
right? I mean,
What, you're living flame on the alliance?
yeah.
You're
So
going
I'll
to
see
come
you
to
at
hate me.
Ashenvale.
You're going to hate me. You're really going to come to hate me.
You're gonna hate my whole guild, all 300 of us.
Yeah, I am embracing the dark side because I've never played Horde before, so I'm embracing the suck of being a Horde. I went, so actually, this was fucking hilarious the other day there. So I was doing my Warlock meta rune, right, which requires you to go to Red Ridge Mountains and Darkshore. So we had just done Dead Mines, and I'm sitting there trying to figure out, right, I'm on my own. How the hell do I get to Red Ridge without dying 500,000 times? Right, because it's Alliance. I've played Alliance 20 years. I know the mentality. You see a single PvP flagged Horde player, you're going to gank them.
Oh yeah,
right. You see a group of Horde, you're not going to go near them, right? So I'm sitting there trying to figure out how the hell do I get to Red Ridge? And I'm looking at the map, and then I realise, wait a second, I'm undead. There's a river that runs from Westfall all the way to Red Ridge Mountains. Without breathe underwater or underwater breathing, I have 4 minutes of breathing underwater. With underwater breathing, I can basically swim all the way up. So I ran across Westfall. Nobody actually attacked me, funny enough. And I jumped into the river and swam up the river between Duskwood and Elwyn Forest. And as I was going along, and this is where where the embracing the Horde side of it comes in. As I was swimming up the river, I was swimming like literally along the bed of the river. I couldn't go any lower, and I have LVI, so I can see the nameplates of people running about. And as I was swimming past people, I was just dotting them up and watching them like run about in panic, wondering what the hell's happening because they can't see where I am because I'm underwater. So from their point of view, they can see the water, but they can't see me. But I can see them. So I'm going up. By the time I get to Red Ridge, I killed about 15 Alliance players.
That's
swimming up the coast.
I mean, that's what PvP servers are all about. Like,
yeah, but like that's the thing though. See, as Alliance, I would never think about that. Like as an alliance player, I'm a very like honourable player. Like if there's a horde person doing a quest, I won't attack him unless he attacks me.
Generally speaking, yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
Whereas I'm playing an undead warlock. If I see an alliance player, he gets attacked instantly. And I'm playing a warlock. I'm playing a drain tank warlock. So like I was doing SFK yesterday, and it took a 5-man group 2.5 minutes to kill me, and I took 3 of them with me. Just because you like the drain life dot and haunt and things like that. But yeah, I was swimming up the river, and there was this one guy who was playing a paladin fighting a warg, and I dotted him up like full dots, and he's fighting a warg, so obviously his health's depleting. And the guy panics and pops. I don't know if it was Divine Shield or Bubble, whatever it is that they've got at that level, but pops the shield to live. Kills the warg, and I see him standing there and looking around. Like his character's actually turning around and looking to see what the fuck just happened.
Mm-hmm.
His bubble falls off, and I redot him up. While he's slowly dying, he's sitting looking around to figure out what the hell's going on. So yeah, Eagle, you're going to hate me.
Dude, but I'm not like this, man. I attack like when I'm an alliance player, I attack everyone. Like
Yeah.
even if you're skull to me, I don't wait you to attack me. I attack you first. You better believe it. I have no problem with dying for the war, whatever you might call it. You know, yeah.
You're among the few on the alliance side. Most alliance people kind of avoid the horde. But
It's funny. I've played Alliance and Horde, and there is definitely a different type of person in general that plays Alliance. Like Alliance are a lot more sensitive in general. Like you get a lot more women play Alliance. A lot more women play Alliance.
Oh yeah,
That's,
women is good. Women good.
Yeah.
Women good.
we've got this nice Polish girl in the guild, isn't there? What's her name? Meve.
Yeah, she has a priest, and she's really a nice person, man. She's really
lovely,
nice.
actually. Yeah. I've played with her quite a bit. She's really cool.
Yeah, she's a good player. Yeah, Mastra as well. She's absolutely brilliant. She's hilarious.
Oh mate, she's bonkers. I remember when she joined the guild. She's really old. Like she's like a granny.
Yeah, she's like 61, something like that. But like, I've been helping her with her tanking as well, because she's playing warrior tank and she's been having a tough time with it. And
yeah, she doesn't really get. I tried to help her when she first joined. I had a very brief chat with her when she first joined. She doesn't really. I don't know. I've been away for a few months, but she joined just before I left, and she still seemed to think it was all about like avoidance, and she was wondering why she couldn't keep aggro and everything, and I'm like, it's.
I sat like when it comes to tanking, I can. Elva found this out the hard way. I had Elva up on countless times. I've had Elva up till 4:30 in the morning talking about tanking. Because I'm a massive tank player.
Well, that's cool. Like it's definitely my favorite part of the game as well, massively.
I can get into conversations that will last hours about tanking and theory crafting different builds and stuff like that. But and because of that, like I'm the sort of person, because I've played for such a long time and I've done quite high end content in like the raiding scene as a tank and everything. The way I see it is, I give back to the community. If I see someone struggling as a tank, I help them, regardless if it's a guildie or not. Because the way I see it is, if I help one person become better at tanking or better at playing their class, and then they go on to help someone else, you know, it makes the
and then it's gonna spread, and
everyone in the world's gonna learn how to tank.
But,
yeah,
no, but what? Yeah,
sorry.
But what I mean is, it helps even if it's only a couple of people, it helps the community become slightly better.
Oh, 100%. Like, no, I'm the same with everything. It's the same whether I'm in the gym or helping people at what I work with. Like, absolutely. Like, I'm totally down with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And like that's the thing as well. Like I sat with with Mastra, and I gave her macros, weak auras. I explained
that's great.
I rebuilt her talent tree from the ground up.
How's she getting on?
She's doing quite well actually. Yeah, the big thing that she's tanking the molten core runs, the BWL. I don't know if it's BWL and molten core. She is definitely tanking the fun runs. So she tanks the ZG and AQ20. She's doing quite well with
Like
that.
Granny tanks? Seriously?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
let Granny tank? Okay. Okay. Let Granny tank! That sounds like a nice group of people.
Get the walking stick.
Yeah, she's almost dead anyways. Let her go first. See what happens. It's like, okay, man. Like,
But yeah, like she's actually doing really well. Like the problem, like one of her biggest problems is her tank build was just whack. It was completely messed up. So like, I completely like I built a tank build for her and gave her it. Like I went on to Talent Calculator and built a tank build for her. Gave her that. I explained to her like how to tank. Gave her different macros to make her life easier, like charge macros and things like that. Berserker rage macros, blood rage macros, all that sort of stuff. Weapon changing macros. And I also sat and explained to her like what sort of stats she wants to go for, what sort of gear she wants, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, she's doing fairly well. And like she said to me, like her biggest issue is she doesn't like Fury tanking. But the reason, like, and the thing with me is when I'm helping someone, I don't just go, right, you need to do this and this and this. I have a conversation with them and find out what the root of the problem is.
like a therapist. You first let them talk about their fantasies and make notes.
That's the best way of helping someone. How can you help someone if you don't know what the problem is? Because, like, threat issues is just like a surface level problem.
That is a great video short format. Like we are like WoW therapists. We invite people. They talk for 1 minute about their dreams, and then we figure out what they actually want, what class is good for them, what should they do? Should they play the auction house maybe in a dress? Okay,
that's a good niche, mate. There's a niche for you. There's nobody that does that. I've never seen anybody that actually does that.
Nobody does WoW therapy like we do. We figure out with one session what is the class for you, or maybe you should quit WoW and end your life because they don't have to be a tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose if you like that, yeah. But like, well, I sat with her and like the reason, so like everybody just said to me, oh, she doesn't want to play deep prot. She doesn't want to play Fury. She only wants to play deep prot. And that they were just going surface level.
Yeah, because she's a Chad. If you're a Chad, you play deep prot.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
She's
Granny is a Chad.
Mate, aye.
If you've got enough hit rate, prot is viable. It's
Granny is a
Chad.
Chad.
Mean, people are gonna have to watch their threat a little bit more, but
yeah.
I mean, some bosses. I mean, maybe on some bosses with world buffs, it's not gonna be great, but
no.
But it is viable. There's room in a roster for one deep prot tank for sure.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, deep prot tanks are invaluable for certain boss fights.
But that's what I meant with Granny as a Chad.
I think it's only shield wall.
But
the extra 6 seconds on shield wall.
If you're
6 extra seconds.
If you're a Chad, you don't mind about if there's a niche for you. You just are what you are, and you know what I mean. That's what makes Granny a Chad. She doesn't care if she has a place for you in your fucking faggot group. She doesn't care about that. Yeah. She's just out there tanking, man, in the rain, with diapers and a shield, dude. You know what I mean?
This is the biggest problem I found for Mastra was, like, nobody was really interested in helping her. Like, after she said, like, oh, I'm not really into, like, she tried Fury Prot, right? And she was like, oh, like, I don't want to play it. And then everybody was like, oh, well, you don't want to play Fury Pro, I'm not interested in helping you. Like, that was the sort of attitude that I kind of got for people. And I sat down and I spoke to her and I found out exactly why. And the main core of the reason why she didn't want to play Fury Pro is because she was struggling to keep aggro. Why? Because she had low gear. Nobody explained that to her. Nobody, and I sat with her and I said to her, like, look at Fury tanking this way. Fury tanking is like a three-legged stool. If you have one stool missing, it doesn't work. If you have one leg missing, it doesn't work, sorry.
Yeah.
So, look at it like this. You have a three-legged stool, right? The three legs of a Fury tank is you have to have the healers that can heal you through the damage. You have to have the gear to be able to keep the threat. And also, you have to have the damage doing enough DPS where threat is an issue. If you have any one of those three legs that is not there, so if you do not have the gear, if your raid doesn't have the DPS, or if your healers can't keep you up, the chair falls. The stool falls over. It doesn't work. And that's what it was. She was missing one of the 3 legs.
Okay.
And I've sat and explained that to her, and she has actually said that once she gets better gear, she's going to give Fury Pro another try.
Also, can you explain to Granny that men are kind of like 3-legged stools as well, in a way? Just explain to her sometime, you know, like when
Only the very lucky.
when the
I think she might already know.
when the moment is right, you know.
She's been. I think she's been around the block a few times.
Her daughter plays on the server as well. She was trying to get her daughter in the
Yeah.
guild, and I stopped playing. I don't know if she ever joined.
No,
my
our
God.
daughter. So our daughter left Classic era.
bitch.
I've had like again, like, because I've helped Master so a lot. I talk to her all the time. She whispers me all the time about different questions. I've said this to her as well. If you ever have any question, and I say this to anybody I help,
If your daughter ever needs any help,
but I said, like I said to her, like I've said to like every person I've helped in the game, if you ever have any question, do not hesitate to ask. It doesn't matter what we're doing. If you've got a question, there's no such thing as a silly question. Give me a shout and I'll answer it. If I'm not on game, throw me a message on Discord and I'll get back.
There's no such thing as a stupid question, but there are fucking morons. Can you add this to this quote? Otherwise, you sound like a fortune cookie in a Thai restaurant.
There's no such thing as a stupid. There's no such thing as a stupid question.
There is no such thing as stupid question. Like you have to add something like, but you still suck though.
You want fortune cookie? It's a very, very good fortune. It's no such thing as stupid pattern.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you should add something like, usually there's no such thing as stupid questions, but in your case, God made an exemption.
There's the rule and then there's the exception. You are the exception.
That's the thing. You are the one reason rules exist. It's because there are people like you. You are just different.
That reminds me of the weakest link. You are the exception. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's... Well, however, I'm just saying, a little extraordinary gentleman's club, that would be actually my goal. It's not about making a career, because let's be realistic.
No, it's about enjoyment. You've got your career.
Yeah. I mean, you could say my self-acceptance is my biggest strength, you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure a lot of Warcraft players have very high self-acceptance.
You
They
should.
have to be sitting in front of a computer for 16 hours a day.
Oh.
Like, you need to be able... Like, if you're sitting on your own talking to a computer screen for a long period of time, you need to be comfortable being on your own.
Oh no, but what I mean with self-acceptance is when you ask yourself, do I have a career? Is this what I'm doing? Is this a career? Then it depends on what you are like. Do you accept just
satisfaction in your job?
Yeah, just being okay with yourself. That's what I mean with self.
Yeah. Well, hell, you've got a Kushti. You're a fucking game developer.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm not one of those who makes millions, you know. So
no, you're not. But that's the thing, though. It's not about making millions, and like this is how Warcraft came about. Warcraft was never created to make millions. It was a bunch of nerdy ass men who were game developers who decided that they wanted to make a game that they could enjoy playing.
That's true. Most good games are actually kind of made like this, you know.
And that's the biggest problem in today's gaming climate, is it's too much corporation make as much money as possible, milk people as much as possible. And this is why Baldur's Gate 3 was so successful.
I've heard it's really good. I really want to play it.
It's fantastic, mate. I would suggest anybody play it. It's phenomenal. But the biggest thing that they get right is they make it for the game and the enjoyment of the game. There's no plugging. They made it like there's no plugging to get more money out of you. They made it affordable. It was like £50, whereas most AAA titles are like £60. And that's why it's now going to be Game of the Year, is because they put their heart and soul into something that they love and they wanted to share it with everyone else without breaking the bank.
But I feel like I have to stand up when you speak like this. You know, they put their their heart and soul into and then they made a game. You know, it's like, wow, what the hell is happening? Are we marching? Are we
Like,
going? It's like, what?
you can tell that they did. Like,
Yeah,
and
no,
that's the
I
thing,
know,
like,
I know, I know. You're right,
Yeah,
but
like-
I'm just. It was a very.
Very-
It was a good speech, you know. It was good.
I'm just seeing the footage now of you saluting and fucking blowing the trumpet.
Really, it sounded like, and we're gonna attack Ogrima right now, man. We're on the run.
And I'll be waiting for you at the gates.
Yeah, at the gates. I'll wait for you at the gates.
I'll
That
be
is,
waiting at the gates. At
yeah.
the gates. of
I
your
might
hell.
not have an underpants, but I wait at the gates for you. Okay, my Scottish is really bad. I'm working on it. Okay, though. I'm working on my
Everybody-
accent.
Everybody's Scottish is really bad.
Yeah, I know. Except
There's-
Scottish people, of course.
There's only a select few people that get like signed off on by the Scottish public for having good accents.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Is it you know the guy that plays Shrek?
Yeah, no, but
Like-
I don't want to have a good accent. I want to have an accent that is recognizable as Scottish. It doesn't have to
that's-
be good, you know. Recognizable is what I'm going for here. You know, like.
But that's the thing with the Scottish accent. It's either good and recognisable, or it's terrible, and people wonder where.
But you say this because you're Scottish. Let's hear a French girl tell. Look, let a French girl be the judge if I can make a Scottish accent. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. You're a Scotsman. You don't count, bro. It has to be judged officially by a French girl. You know, who is just recently moved to Paris to study. Let her be the judge.
You can be the Diet Coke of Scots accents.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Something like that.
margarine of
Yeah.
Scots accents.
Yeah, like a Diet Coke. It doesn't make you gay if you drink it, but it's kind of, you have a funny feeling afterwards, you know?
What
like,
one Carolee just not enough.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's just
What level are you?
What?
What level are you?
I am level 21.
21, right? Okay.
21?
That's acceptable.
And
That's acceptable.
21?
Sorry, I was looking at your gold.
Oh, I have.
What are you? What's your profession?
What are you? That sounds like the end of Body Snatchers or something.
What are you?
What are you? Well,
Here, you pal. What the fuck are you?
for I have become death, the destroyer of worlds.
What professions are you?
I am an engineer and a miner.
Right. See all your woolen cloth and your linen cloth. I would suggest selling them, because right now the auction houses are going crazy. Everything that you're not crafting, I would sell, and you make a lot of money.
Yeah. But you know my ways. I'm not about money. You know, I'm about that engineering stuff. You know.
Is that a 10-slot bag sitting in a woolen bag?
What?
Is that a 10-slot bag sitting in a woolen bag? Second bag from the top.
Oh, that would be lovely. That would be no. Unfortunately, it's for a quest called Stone Pipe. That would be amazing if I would have
It looks like a 10-slot satchel. That's why.
Dude, that would be so cool if I had a 10-slot satchel that I didn't notice. Oh my god, that would be so cool. But no, unfortunately, I'm really a bum walking around with those woolen bags. You know.
Yeah.
Imagine a guy with 4 woolen bags with a lot of stuff, dragging
If I
them
saw a
through.
guy with 4 woolen bags, I'd think he was gay.
That's
That's the thing. He's either a gypsy and he's moving out, or he's gay, or both. You know, you never know. I don't know, but I'm just saying. You know, it's difficult times.
Were you saying that you're basically a hobo? All I can imagine is your character running about now with a stick and a little satchel attached to the end of the stick.
You could say it like this, yes. Wait, large blue sack? That's a 10-slot bag. It's 4 gold? 80. Oh my god.
Yes.
Why is it
Bags
so
are-
expensive?
Because bags are very rare right now. Space is insane.
But large brown sack is only 2 gold 20. Why is there such a difference? It's still 10 slots. Why is there such a difference in...
Probably the rarity of it.
Maybe it's just some idiot didn't know that...
So the what sack? Sorry, the large brown sack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, man, there's a lot of linen bags, but linen
Yeah.
bags are really what you don't need. You don't need so many linen
No,
bags.
like I made like a gold on the first night of SOD being live. When I was playing, all the competition were trying to work in on my server. We're saying like creating linen cloth bags, your mats plus 3 silver tip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just put in crafting linen bags, your mats, tips welcome. And because I wasn't being greedy, the amount of people who tipped me like 5, 6 silver was insane. Because everybody else was like 3 silver per bag.
Yeah,
I'm being like super greedy.
it would be cool to have 10 slot bags, I'm not gonna lie. That's the only thing I'm actually hoping to improve soon, is to have more bags, man. Because, you know, what good is it if you're a little filthy gold
And
goblin, but you have
that-
no space?
That's the thing though. As an alliance player, you're spoiled for your bags compared to Horde. Because
really?
yous have at least 2 quests that award 10 slot bags.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. In Dark Share, there's a quest for the
Yeah, and there's
Night
a
Watch.
Wailing Caverns quest as well.
Well,
Oh,
is that not 3 then? Because there's 2 bags that you can get.
Yeah, I
for
think the Horde
questing
can get
just
the
Alliance.
Wailing Caverns one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in if you run the Shadowfang Keep, you can get the
saddlebags, right?
the field. Yeah, you can
saddle
get a
section.
fell steed saddlebag, which
Exactly.
is unique. So you can only have one, but you can get it. I mean, at the moment, I'm a warlock. I've got 50 slots because I've got a soul pouch.
Yeah,
And
these slots don't count.
each
These
my-
are
each of my bags are 10 slot bags.
Okay.
I've got a large blue sack, a deviant hide pack, which is what you get from the quest, and then just a fell saddlebag. But I saw somewhere about Alliance and the bags that they can get.
Okay, so but the thing is, I think the Night Watch quest is pretty hard to do with 21. So
No,
Is
it's,
either of you guys an expert on Discord at all? Do you know much about Discord?
yeah, to a certain
How
degree.
do I
Like
change?
I'm an,
How do I change the name of a server?
how do you change the name of a server? Give me a second. Let me go down to one of my servers and double check for you. So, you go into server settings.
Which is
So you right click it.
Yeah.
So right click on the server, and then there's an option saying server settings underneath.
Oh yeah, got
channel. Go to overview,
Got it.
and then you've got server name at the top.
Okay, brilliant. That's great.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm a.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fine. I've been an admin on like at the moment I'm an admin on 4 separate servers. 2 of which that I've created myself from the ground up. For like my mythic guilds and stuff like that I've raided on, and I've because I've been an officer and GM in guilds, and during BFA I created a mythic progressive guild, and I created the entire Discord and everything on my own from the ground up, and I've been like a Discord admin for like the past 6 years or so.
I'm absolute Discord noob. Like I'm not computer. I'm computer literate. I just don't know anything about Discord, and I'm very tired.
Yeah. No, that's fine. If you have any questions like that, just let me know.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
there we have it again. If you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. I've learned already, man. Yeah.
But when I had to create my Discord server during BFA, like I went in depth, like I went down the rabbit hole with Discord. Like I had the server permissions and everything was insane. I had it set up so that if like some of the issues that a lot of like new people have to Discord is you give someone admin, they have the same powers as you, they can then remove you from the Discord and all that sort of stuff, remove your permissions and stuff. I had it set up so that I was the default person, and like nobody could ever, or they could remove my rank, but I could because of my me being the owner, and the way I set it up, I had a specific rank that was attached to me that nobody could change, which meant I could change my rank at will, my role at will, depending on what rank, like no matter what rank I was on the Discord. So like I could be set as like, so I had it set as like for the guild. So I had like trial rank, I had raider rank, I had member rank, I had class leader rank, and then I had like individual rank. So if you were a mage, you were part of the mage thing, and you could see all the mage stuff. You like, so it was very tailored to what you were playing in game. So if you were a mage, you weren't going to get smacked and spammed by like a whole lot of like different channels that weren't going to interest you. So for my specific role, I had a role that no matter what role I was, even if I had no roles at all, I could make myself server admin. So no matter what, like if there was like a, if there was a, what's the word? If there was a mutiny, for example.
Oh, a mutiny.
I could come back from the grave.
I see. That's what those undead captains in the wetlands thought, That's why there's this quest.
Yep.
Because
The mutiny
in case of a mutiny, they had a plan to come back, and now they're a quest. I'm just saying. Well, guys, what's going on? I mean,
there is some weird. Sorry, I'm just glancing on the Discord just now, and in the guild chat, there are some weird shit that people have been posting.
Oh,
like
I posted a penis once in the Discord, but I didn't. Yeah, but it was in the people deleted my message, but they didn't read the context. They didn't read the context because the thing is, Paquito had this. His penis had like a little injury. And I made a joke to mock him, and I said, breaking news, Guildmaster's penis breaks twice. Is there a future for old school gaming? And I made this thing up, and people were just seeing a penis and deleting my message like they were old ladies who don't understand context and stuff.
Mithra.
Dude, I was furious.
Mithra.
How can you be an artist in a time where everyone is just crying about everything? Grown men see a penis and then they delete your message. And some people were even like, "Well, we are not this kind of guild." And I was like, "Guy, did you read even what it said?" Okay.
Have you seen some of the sign-ups that Oshag and that have made?
No.
For the pictures for the sign-ups, they're brilliant. Just when you get a minute, just go through and look at the pictures underneath the sign-ups for like that's in like Wednesday and Sunday raids. So like on one of them for like the Sunday raid, the AQ-41, there's a bunch of pictures from like the officers, and it's just one of them is just fucking Paquito sitting there in his bed topless with his laptop on his legs.
Yeah, I've seen that picture though.
And there's another one in the Wednesday raid, right? And it's a picture of like a bunch of people fighting fighting the Farian. The Farian is Lord Victor, thanks, bro. The dead rogue is Siggy P. And it's got Pilvo, Paquito, Novella, and O'Shanigans in it. It's fucking brilliant.
Okay, but what are these names? I don't know. These are all people from the guild, you mean?
Yeah, these are all people from the guild. And they were trying to figure out who to make the shit rogue that was dead. And they took a dig at Siggy P and made him the dead rogue that failed.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I didn't really get there's a raided joke in there, probably.
Yeah.
I don't have that IQ to understand raiding jokes, I'm more, as I said, I'm more of a this Aragorn type, I'm in the forest and stuff, in the rain. That's where you find me.
With the wind and the leaves.
When all lights are off, that's when I'm standing next to you and say, "Got a light, mate?" So yeah, raiding is cool,
I just see. Have you ever watched How High?
What?
Have you ever watched the movie How High?
How High? No.
Yeah. As a smoker of the green herb, you should watch it.
But you know what
It's
I've watched
hilarious.
very recently? Roman Polanski's version of Macbeth. Have you ever seen that one? That is absolutely amazing. I didn't know
It
how good it was.
sounds way too fucking hell. I can't even say the word. Philosophical for me.
Oh no, it's dude, Macbeth is a grim action story with it's not philosophical at all. I mean, it can be if you want to, of course, but I mean,
But it's
the
the
plot
way
of
it's the way
Macbeth
you
is
said it.
amazing.
The way you said it sounded very philosophical.
Oh,
Fucking
really?
hell.
Well,
Why is
Roman,
that word so hard to say?
it's fine, dude. Roman Polanski is just a very good movie maker, and he turned Macbeth into something what aged very well because it was very much ahead of its time, just cinematically. It was very realistic, not so. It was not theatrical. Also, the combat scenes and everything is very gory and very realistic. People are stumbling, they're out of breath. People get beheaded, limbs flying off, and it's really like, wow, what the
Yeah,
hell? And it's from the 70s, bro.
oh, nice.
Damn.
I'll need to look at it because, like, some of my favorite like action type movies is like the 300, like the 300
Yeah, it's
movies.
kind of 300, but in a 70s version.
Kill Bill as well.
Yeah.
Fucking love Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Yeah, I've seen that when it came out. This is long ago.
Yeah,
and,
it's the overly gory movie about the assassin who gets fucked over, so she goes about killing all the other assassins.
Yeah, I know. And I've heard Tarantino once saying in an interview that he is Tarantino has kind of created his own like Marvel universe. It's like it's one world where all those stories take place. It's a consistent world. And he said when he made Kill Bill, he wanted to make a movie that the characters from Pulp Fiction would like to see. So that is actually so cool thing to say. If you think about it, that he made a movie in the liking of the guys in Pulp Fiction. Those two guys. Yeah.
So
Vince and yeah.
Aye. So in the Tarantino universe, right? You have the universe, and then so you've got two different types of movies. You've got the universe, the movies that we watch, right, and we see as the Tarantino universe. We watch those movies, right? And then you have the movies that the characters in the universe would go and watch in the cinema.
Exactly.
And it's really it is. It's really, really cool.
That's I just saw that interview and I just thought, what a cool thing to say. That like there's those Pulp Fiction characters, and then there's a movie that they would like to see in cinema, and that's Kill Bill. So that was such I was just amazed by his way of.
And the nice thing as well about it is you can tell, like, knowing that, right, when you watch a Tarantino movie, right, you can tell which is which. The stuff that's like over the top, gory and stuff like that is obviously the movies that would be watched in that universe. Whereas movies like Inglourious Bastards is basically what would have happened or what happened during World War II in that universe.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, like he's a phenomenal writer as well. Like you think about the subtext to every, like he thinks about so in depth, like the best scene, right, for any writer. And my mate is like, so I've got a mate who's got Asperger's and is really autistic, and he's a creative writer, but he writes for himself. And like we've had him as a dungeon master in DM, and it was fucking amazing, by the way. Like
an autistic dungeon master, that sounds cool,
mate. Like the story that he created was insanely good, right?
Okay.
But he's a massive. He spends a lot of time writing stories